case you were wondering, that's the explosion from the Road Warrior, or Mad Max 2, as it sometimes is called, when they blow up the oil refinery encampment. So there you go, a little trivia for you. Yeah, some date at some point in the future, maybe not too far in the future, I'll actually have to update my Professionals intro and use the one that we're supposed to be using. I don't know. I can't find it. So I guess I'm going to have to download it again. But anyway, welcome. You are watching the Professionals. It's a rotating show where each of the bros every week gets to host and then goes on to the next bro and the next host. And we go all the way around the circle till we're right back to me again today. So I'm hosting the Professionals today. We're talking about black and white comics. Now, I know some of you guys are married to color, but I'm just telling you, get over it, because there's some fantastic material that was first published in black and white. And that's the only criteria. We can be looking at magazines, maybe European comics, American comics, the indie craze from the late 80s, perhaps. So there's a lot of good stuff out there, and we're going to take a look at it today and talk about it. But I can't do that till I bring in the bros. Let's see who's here. We've got a couple tardy guys, but we're expecting them to roll in at any time. But first in, as usual, it's Mr. Andy Smith. Hello, Andy.
Hello. I like the tick there. That is one I was thinking of, but I'm not going to actually use.
Yeah, I was, well, obviously I was thinking of it. I put it on here, but then as I dug deeper, I started to find more and more stuff. And I was like, well, I like this one better than that one. I like this one, so finding your top three suddenly became difficult. Someone asked in the chat, where was it? Pantheon. No. Where is it? Well, it doesn't matter. But whoever asked, they wanted to know who this black and white illustration was on the banner. That is, of course, John Buscema from his portfolio he did. It was like a barbarian kind of fantasy portfolio or something like that. But it's a great piece. There's a couple of really nice pieces in that portfolio from back in the 70s when everybody was trying to be an artist. Let's bring in another guy who's always trying to be an artist, and he's pretty darn successful at it. Ladies and gentlemen, Graham Nolan. Oh,
hey now.
What the heck?
Whoa. Strike that channel. That channel.
Those are the kind of black and white magazines that Graham's into, baby. That's right. Oh, and here's a guy that, well, he was around before there was color. It's Art Taber. He knows more about black and white than anybody. He publishes it.
He creates characters that call black and white. Yeah,
now,
I'm all about black and white, baby.
Is your
I still haven't published black and white in black and white yet. So.
I know that would be an interesting.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
that's my goal in life.
Black and white in black and white. I like it.
Yeah.
Are you still
remember at Image Comics when sales were going down, right? Like around 95, 96. I was talking to some of the Image masterminds over there, and they were like, you could save money, because we were having a hard time with making money and making ends meet. And so they go, why don't you just publish black and white, get rid of the color charges. And I was like, I don't know, because people like color comics.
A lot of people always say, oh man, you should do a black and white version or whatever. I love black and white, but then they all end up buying, they'd all rather have it colored,
Yep.
So it's a very, you sell black and white, I think, to other artists who really appreciate black and white, but most just the average reader, they want it in color. So
right.
But not tonight. They're not getting it tonight.
You're getting black and white, baby. That's what you're getting.
That's right, and nothing but black and white. This, as I was telling the guys backstage, this was a challenge for me. I didn't think it was going to be that difficult, but then as I started looking back through the history of some of the stuff I've read and looked at, and I was like, oh yeah, there's that great story, and there's that issue, and that great, there's a lot of really, really nice black and white material out there, and we're going to be looking at a whole lot of it today. I'd like to encourage everybody, as our audience continues to expand throughout the evening, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps this channel, not only my channel, but the bros as well, continue to grow. Tell your friends so the program can continue to grow and expand, that we can give you crazy good entertainment like you're getting here tonight.
Yeah, and give it a thumbs up. Give this show a thumbs up.
That's right.
Big thumbs up.
It helps.
So, yeah, I know I was just going to say, I'll have to show you guys this off stream. This is crazy. So Smokey Concat sends me, he's like, I streamed earlier today with Dennis, and he was in the chat, and he's like, hey, have you seen that video of that guy at the gas station with the gas pump and stuff? I'm like, no. So he texts me the video. Clear as day. So it's not like you're going, no, it's kind of small and grainy. I don't know about that. No. Clear as day. Some dude, his pants are around his ankles. It's an overweight guy. He takes the gas pump in one hand, shoves it up his butt, and then starts jerking it with his other hand. Clear as day.
Was this in California?
I do not know.
I'm not sure what that has to do with our show, but leave it to Andy to take us
Well,
completely off the rails before we even
It was something I wanted to bring up before the show went live, and I forgot. And I'm like, you know what? The audience will appreciate this because it's coming from me. So
now everybody's Googling gas pump.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not watching the show. Our numbers are going down as they go.
Nah,
over
just go to
Google
X.
to find this image.
Andy's one of those guys. If it's up here, it has to come out here.
it has to. It has to.
There's
My
no
God,
room
I
for it
can't.
up there.
I got too many ideas up there, so I got to spit out the garbage like that.
Stuff. Let me call out a few people in the chat real quick here, and then we'll get going. Schism is here. Past Master Dan Penn, Mark Pengrin, Pantheon is joining us. McGregorable, Jay, Squibs, C. Quinn Scholl, Artiste, Henry Bemis all the way from Oregon, Randy Howell all the way from Canada, Toshiro, Duck Bacon, bacon, Nordic Nerd, something Japanese, Balton Saijin. Let's see, Marcus Killigrew, purveyor of all things pop culture knowledge, is joining us. Citizen Ronan. And Robert the Bruce, Al Nickerson, Earl the Third is joining us. How about that? Richie Duke, thanks for coming in. Fox Mulder's joining us. Thank you. Bretsky the Great. Aaron Sparrow is here. Thanks for joining us, Aaron. Good to see you. He's got Kneel Before Doomface coming soon. He keeps pumping that book, so I'm really interested to see what he's got going there. The art I've seen from it looks really, really fun and cool. Eric Wart, Soap Maker, Death Metal Hero, Brian 999, Gray Wolf, Death Metal Hero, JAV Stylor is here. Toxic Dust 13, Asian the Time Outlaw, Wizard Sleeves, Chris Giuliano, Kevin Wolf. I probably didn't get you all, but you're all in my heart and mind. Richie Duke. Right. Born of Tungsten, Kevin Wolf. Look at all these guys. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the show. I know we're going to, because we always do. We always have great fun here. And let's, as we continue to stall for our compadres to show up, let's just go around and talk about some black and white comics. Andy, what have you got for us first?
All right, this one. So this is one I actually picked up within the past year. And after you see the title and stuff, Aaron, you might know why I picked it up. I don't know if the other guys will, but it's a callback to my childhood. Are you ready? No screen share this time.
You're going to hold up the book? You're going to hold the book up?
Yeah.
I'm going to make it big.
Maybe solo.
Big show off.
Oh, well, okay. Oh, shit.
Oh, I've got
that. Baby.
I bought
Neil Adams.
Yeah.
Neil Adams studio on the insides. Neil Adams cover.
Yep.
Oh, damn.
That's number two, isn't it?
That's number
one.
No,
this is number one.
Oh, number one. Okay, because he did.
That's a great image, too. I mean, he's pulling the engine right out of the car. That's badass. Oh, man. That's awesome.
Look at Steve Austin right there, man.
Yeah, dude.
This whole bunch of people worked on that book.
Oh, yeah. You can. It's one of the. What was Neil's studio? Was it Krusty Bunkers? Was that Neil?
No,
Neil
Continuity was the studio.
Continuity.
I know, but what did they call it when they would jam an ink job?
The mini hands were Krusty Bunkers.
It was Krusty Bunkers.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So you can tell like what Neil did compared to what other people did, but it still has the feel throughout the whole thing. You know.
Oh yeah.
And it's his origin and stuff because it's the first issue. So because they did do a $6 Million Man comic book, but this is totally separate from that.
Those were always hard for me to find. I'm a Neil Adams completist, and I was looking for those. They didn't turn up very often, but I did finally get the first two issues because he did the cover on the first two. Yeah, that's great. But only worked on the interiors on issue number one, right?
I believe so. That's why I don't have
Andy,
the next one.
Andy, is that a magazine size or is it comic book size?
No, it's magazine.
Magazine, yeah.
Here we go.
You know, like all magazines around that time were in black and white.
Yep.
Savage Sword and all that Marvel stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
You know what
that
bugged me the
shit.
hell out? This was a Charlton magazine, and
Yes.
Right.
when you open up the first page, it's not a splash page or an indicia page; it's an ad. It drove me nuts.
Show you. First page. You open
First
it up,
page.
you're like, oh, sucks
That's
me right
terrible.
into.
It
Not
just
the
says to
story.
me, low budget. You
Yeah.
know, even though it was
Dude,
Neil Adams'
dude.
art, it's like, God bless.
Pages 2 and 3.
Yeah. Look at
Don't
it.
worry, guys. We'll get to the story at some point.
A
How do you
Charlton
think you're
publication.
selling that magazine if you open it up and the first page is an ad? I mean, how?
And then 4 and 5.
Okay, there's Lee Majors. Okay.
Yeah, well, whoever paginated that.
Oh,
sucked.
God.
You got
And
to
then we
get the
finally get
business
to it.
out of the way up front.
There you go.
6 and 7.
Finally. Six
Yeah,
Yeah,
pages
it's kind of like a mullet. It's all business up front, but party in the back.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, I mean, you can see the stuff Dick Giordano inked and drew, but it's still just great, you know.
Yeah,
It is
just
funny
awesome.
on those jam books that Neil did. You can tell. Like I just picked up an issue of Savage Tales or Savage Sword that had that Conan story in it by Neil, but you can tell what pages Neil drew or what panels and which ones he didn't.
Yeah,
I
look
went
at
up
that
to-
page.
I
You
went
know
up
what Neil did.
continuity with Dick Giordano, Terry Austin, Joe Brzezowski, Sal Amendola, when they went to pick up the artwork that was being returned to them. We all marched up there from DC, went up to continuity, and those guys got their artwork back from that magazine.
Oh,
really?
really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
Oh, I did this page. Oh, I did that page, kind of thing.
yeah. First time I
You know
ever
what
met
I
Neil.
think about a lot of those magazine is they had gray tones, so there would be like either a lot of zip patterns,
Mm-hmm.
or there would be
Yeah.
like watercolor, like an ink wash on those things and stuff.
Mhm.
That was kind of like the nice added thing you would get to, to kind of juice up that just black and white line work. They put in those, like you said, the zip or the ink washes, and it really sort of made it kind of you almost felt like you're getting something special,
Or they'd hire Alfredo Alcala to make it look like it's a wood block.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Just go
All
to
that
town
ink
over it.
and everything. Oh my
Oh
god!
my God.
So
Is he
amazing.
the one that went crazy over like John Buscema and some of those?
Yes.
I didn't like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I'm sorry. If you guys I thought it was way overdone.
I did too. There was some of the guy. Now Rudy, I don't care if he overdoes it because I just love his line work so much. But Alcala, I thought went too far sometimes, did too much.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I preferred Alcala's to Nebris.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah,
Like Rudy is kind of like Kevin Nolan,
Yeah.
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 Just like burying the penciler, but it's so damn good you don't care.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I'm with Graham. I love Rudy Nebres, but I would actually take Akala over Buscema than Nebres because I think more Buscema shine through.
yeah.
Because Akala did a lot of
That's it, yeah.
textural rendering stuff,
Mhm.
but he didn't really change the drawing. Whereas Nebres gets in there and he's like, "Yeah, I don't do chest like that.
Yeah.
I do it wrong."
Yeah, or I do eyeballs with even if they're barbarians with long eyelashes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's got to be a style that you like, right? It's like
Yeah.
Kevin
Yeah.
Nolan, right? If you don't like Kevin Nolan, then you're not going to like him over anybody. But I always thought that Nebres needed Buscema's structure underneath his work, and that's why I really liked him over Buscema, because Buscema gave him that structure, and then you got all the fancy Nebres.
That's why I brought up Kevin Nolan, because Nolan can draw really well, but there's always kind of a wonkiness to his work,
Mhm.
and Nibres
yeah.
is the same way.
Yeah,
Right.
Like when they ink over somebody that is solid, it's like the style is there, but it's solid.
But
You
the
know what I mean?
drawing is right.
The drawings there, yeah. So I kind of like that combo, but I don't think John Buscema liked anybody inking him. Was it who was the one that he did like?
Well, he liked
Sal.
Sal. He liked Sal over him.
he likes
brother.
Sal.
Was
And
it
then there
Sal?
one other guy. There was
I think
one
it was
other guy.
Tom.
You're right.
What's his name?
It was
Tom Palmer.
Dan Adkins, I
Tom
think. Wasn't it?
Palmer.
Oh, I
I
thought he
think
liked
it's
Tom Palmer
Was
too.
it Palmer?
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
think
I remember.
in his art book he says Tom Palmer. I think.
Well, he didn't like George Klein and he didn't like Cynic because they were too slick. And I kind of liked him for the superhero stuff.
Yeah.
I
Not
like
so much
Klein.
for-
I didn't like Sinnott on him.
Oh, you didn't?
I like Klein though.
Yeah, George inked him a lot on the Avengers, as I
Yeah.
recall. And I thought
Yeah.
that was good
There were
stuff.
two issues of the Avengers John drew that Dave Cockrum inked that are awesome.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah,
Hmm,
they're in the 120s. They're
Yeah.
awesome.
interesting. Yeah.
Hey, real quick
I love
before
all
Graham
those
goes,
stories. Those guys just drew. They just loved to make comics, right?
Yep.
Didn't matter whether they had a brush in their hand or a pencil. They were just like jamming this stuff
Yeah.
out. You know,
check out this car in the foreground that's too small.
Oh, sorry, wrong guy. Sorry, Graham.
Right there.
Oh, those guys are giants. Yeah.
That car's a little too small.
Yeah.
But it was very, very photo ref.
doesn't jump out to me.
Maybe traced.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't jump. It's not like super small, but for a
Yeah.
4-door sedan, it's a little.
Yeah.
Dr.
There you
Martin
go.
got
$6 million man. All right. Hey,
Right.
let me say hey to Dave Olbrich, who's in the chat. He says, don't forget the Black and White Hulk magazine. In other words, Black and White
Oh, yeah.
Howard the Duck magazine. I mean, there's a ton
Black
of
and white Tomb of Dracula.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Marvel
it was-
put out a bunch of black and white
yeah, a
magazines.
bunch of monster magazines. Like, what was the zombie one? The
Oh
they
yeah.
had Simon Garth. It was Tales of the Zombie, I think, was a black and white magazine they had.
I think that's what it was.
And Pablo Marcos, I think, did a lot of the stuff in there.
Yeah.
Oh, he might have.
He inked my first job, Pablo Marcos.
It probably wasn't great, was it?
No, I don't think it was him. I think it was like a bunch of family members, from what I heard later.
Oh, even worse.
They had a big
Well,
get
his
together.
wife, I think his wife had long-term cancer, and
Oh,
so
geez.
he was just jamming stuff out to try to pay the bills. So
Then I take it
I
back.
wish it wasn't me that he was jamming this stuff out on.
Right,
But,
but
it is what it is.
Graham, before you start, let me take this super chat. Kino Reviews for $9.99 says, just moved into my new house. No better way to celebrate than watching Professionals. Hail. Hope to meet you guys next month in Jersey. Thank you, Kino.
Yeah.
Very nice of you. Enjoy your
next
new
month.
home. That's
Kino's a
great.
good
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
All right, Graham, what have you got for us?
Well, this is a magazine I bought off the shelf from #1 all the way through.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, I love this magazine.
Doc
Now-
Savage. I mean, look at this. First issue, John Buscema.
Right.
And,
Tony Dezaniga?
Tony Dezaniga.
Yeah.
Dezaniga, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like, is it Dezeniga or Dezaniga, whatever? I kind of liked him over Buscema.
Yeah. I liked him better on Doc Savage than I did his work on Conan.
Yeah, I
But-
like this issue, how it looked.
Look at this.
Now, when they put that book out as a comic, it was new
Mhm.
art in the comic book, right? I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was all Buckler.
Well, the comic came first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the comic came
comic
out in
was-
72.
Yeah, 72 or 73. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It was 27.
And this came out 75.
Well, that was like in concert with the movie, right?
Yeah.
When Ron Ely they put it out. Yeah.
Yeah, the color comic went for 8 issues, but they still had the rights to it. So once they announced the movie, they decided, well, we still got the rights. We might as well do something with it, and they released this. And in 1986, I was at Chicago Con, and I bought 2 original pages from it.
No shit.
Oh,
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's got the gray tones in there too. Look at
Oh
that.
yeah.
love that lettering on the board, baby. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Look at that.
That's cool,
Now,
man.
what issue is that from? Is that one?
That's #1.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How
I got.
cool
Oh,
is
and
that?
on the back, look at this. Tarzan.
Oh,
Shit. Look at that figure crouched over.
oh
yeah, he's
my,
holding a knife. Isn't that great?
oh my
Damn.
gosh. That is
Wow, that's almost better than the finished artwork.
I know.
Yeah,
I
right?
loved it. He did that all the time, didn't he? Buscema was always drawing on the back and
Yeah.
all those little sketches and stuff.
I think I paid. This was 1988. Some dude in Chicago Con had a stack of like John Buscema pages from all
Mhm.
kinds of stuff, and I found these, and I found some because I was a big Doc Savage fan. I found some Ross Andrew Doc pages from the color comic as
Yeah.
well, and I don't think I paid more than $40 for each.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure back then, man. Even
That's
as early as the
awesome.
early 90s. I tell the story many times where I was in Chicago and a guy had a stack of EC originals, and I could have got a Graham Ingalls Old Witch splash page for $500.
Wow.
And this was
Oh.
93. Now you probably couldn't touch that for $20,000. You know, I mean, it's just
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just didn't have $500 then, or I would have.
Well, that's the thing.
yeah, right. You had to, no matter what the price was, you still had to have the money to get
Yeah.
it. So,
I mean, forever, I wanted a Amazing Fantasy 15, and every dealer on the floor had a copy. $2,500. $2,500 for a a 3-4.
yeah.
Sure.
$2,500, and it was that price for years. And I was like, my kids were young. I was sending them to the Catholic school and everything. I shouldn't spend the money, blah, blah, blah. Stupid idiot.
Yeah, dude.
Dang.
Yeah.
I could have got a Spider-Man #1 in fine condition for $2,500 shortly after Shelley and I got married, but I was just like, I just didn't want to, borrow the money or charge it and then have to pay off all that, but what
Aaron's like, well, we just got married. This could be a good test to see if I'm still married next week.
yeah, exactly. Well, she was at the show, and and we were kind of like, man, what an idiot I was.
Oh, that's hard.
I paid $700 for my FF1. It was the most I ever paid for a comic.
Dude, the books you have, the value is that Hulk 1 through 6. Those books are so tough to get.
Hey, Frag is in the chat, so he might be in the back.
I just wanted to finish my
okay.
thought there before I bring it in, Frega.
Sorry.
There he is.
Frega, better late than never. Welcome, Dan.
Hey, I want to take this moment to say happy birthday to 4 people. My father.
Yeah.
Awesome.
George Lucas.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's George's birthday.
Joe Field at Flying Colors Comics. He created Free Comic Book Day.
Okay.
Oh.
And our friend over there at Dynamite, Nick Brucci. It's his birthday today.
Oh, look at that.
So happy
Nick
birthday.
Just the birthday queen.
Hey, say what?
I said, aren't you just the birthday queen?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, birthday shout out to everybody.
My dad had his 81st birthday today, and we had Indian food. And while it was delicious, they took for frickin' ever. We got there at 5:45. I'm like, yeah, we'll be home by 7:30, no problem.
Wow.
No. That's why I sent you guys a message. I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way home now.
Hey,
You got to be careful when you eat that food too, because it'll treat you later.
Dude, Vindaloo. But the Vindaloo, I gotta trust. It's Portuguese. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of curry, right?
Well, the curry just means sauce, dude. Like there's all kinds. There's tikka masala. There's Vindaloo.
And there's the kind that can hurt you.
There is. I'm sure.
Ask your,
I'm sure. We're talking about black and white comics, right?
yeah, we haven't got to you yet, but you're almost there. And I've got something in mind for you, and I'll be really disappointed if you don't pick it. But we'll see.
Listen. Because I haven't been here, treat me like someone who just got here and give me the fast scoop. Andy, what was yours?
All right. I got it still right here.
Because
It's right here.
I can't. I'm not rewinding.
This is
All
called.
right, I'm not taking it out. All right.
Ooh, that's a good one, Graham.
There's going to be a glare. So, all right, here's mine.
Andy spent $1 million on it.
Hey, it went down. It went down in price.
That's right.
Bidenomics.
There you go.
So, Art, is it Art DeBer's turn? Is it?
It's
Am I
his
right
right now. So you're not that.
You know
late.
what's funny? It's like you have a tonsillectomy and it'll cost $6 million. To make a bionic man, they're gonna have to rename that the $6 billion man.
Yeah.
Damn sure.
Exactly.
You
All
know,
right, Art,
Elon
what do you
Musk is
got?
working on it right now.
Trillion in this economy.
Mhm. What do you got for us, Art?
I have you can share for what, but I have some better stuff too. Like actual good scans and things, but this
Yeah.
Dude, I have that same book. Same exact cover.
it's just all washed out, so I can't really share the pages, but I do I'm going to present so you don't have to, you can click this.
That's a good choice, Art.
It's a fantastic
Thank you.
choice.
I always make
You
good
just
choices.
see in my
Oh,
mind
now I got to unfriend you. Way too
because
cocky.
we were
Oh, more naked,
Yeah.
nakedy. Thanks.
Dude,
Art. You're gonna get me in
Matsume
trouble.
Shiro is
He's not
is-
naked.
She's not
Oh,
naked. That's a
She
suit,
got
bro.
Zipatone on.
And yeah, she's wearing Zipatone, guys.
Okay.
And she's not even human. Okay. So
Yeah.
But just look at the detail, man.
Yeah.
This stuff is crazy. This I find so much inspiration in it. Not so much like the actual, like some of the drawing, like faces and stuff and things is a little weird, but always the tech and the design and just the imagination is just insane to me.
I
it's
used
got
to
a good
steal tech
vibe
from
to
these.
it, right? Like the vibe, the overall like package is great. Because I know what you're saying. You look at that guy's face and you go, "What?" Like if any of our heroes drew that face, we'd be like, "What is going on?" But
Right.
it
Right.
works in the whole of all of it. The other thing, you said a lot of work and a lot of detail. A lot of these guys have assistants, man. They're blocking
yeah.
in. They're blocking in all these like. They're coming up with the stories and the compositions, but like, and they're doing figures, and they're like,
Mhm.
here, Tetsuo or
Yeah,
whatever.
you draw all those buildings.
Yeah, that goes to the building guy.
Exactly.
Like I said last week, I have a book, and it's written and made by the guy who did most of Otomo's backgrounds in Akira. And when
Yeah.
you find that out, you're like, oh shit, he is human.
Well, I like the design. I mean, this always reminds me just, how Blade Runner, as far as a film, gets a lot of accolades for design and things like that. I think this for me as a comic is just completely out of the box, just as far as everything is designed, everything's from scratch, and just the amount of movement. Let me see if I can, like there's a lot of people that draw vehicles and they're just not moving. This little thing it's moving, man.
It's got all that squash and stretch, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
sorta,
Yeah.
It's got weight.
and then just the master of explosions. Look at this shit.
Yeah.
So good, so damn good. This stuff, I mean, I have it right next to me always in the studio, so I'm always cracking this stuff open and just
Oh, look at
looking at it for inspiration.
Do you have the deluxe box set,
Yeah,
the hardcovers?
yeah.
No.
I don't
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
look at that stuff. I don't have I just do the Dark Horse stuff, because it's more disposable. So that's the stuff I look at. All the time.
What did they do in the deluxe
Yeah.
hardcover stuff? Is it just better quality, I assume?
It's better quality. It's in a slip case. It's in I think it's in Japanese order. You
Right.
know.
It's reverse, yeah.
Yeah.
But just these
Yeah.
action lines, all this stuff, it's absolutely fantastic the way they do tires spinning.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then like the gray tones too, so they're taking advantage of the whole black, white, gray thing.
There's some guys that are really taking advantage of, like, when I look, you brought up the spinning tire thing. You see it a lot of times in action. It's sort of like an effect for a blur, but it's such a cool and effective thing that you see guys like James Herron and Daniel Warren Johnson, especially like his Beta Ray Bill. A lot of those figures he was putting manga like.
Oh, dude, have you seen Daniel's Transformers?
I got the first 4. I haven't read them yet.
I mean, he's doing so much of that and that stuff. It's great.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, see, I was going to bring up, I love the design of Heroes cars and vehicles and stuff.
They're so
all
of the
made
time
up?
too. I mean, they're definitely like dated. As far as like you can tell this is like 80s, 90s kind of stuff.
Right.
But just these are better scans than the other ones. But you can see the stuff.
I still love that design, and what's brilliant about that is you can tell from the grill that it's of BMW descent. Like it's got little touchstones. I mean, the front bumper thing looks like Mini Cooper, but not the box T.
I don't know. This thing looks like an AMC Pacer to me.
Oh yeah, no, but there's design elements on here, and the suicide doors on the back.
Yeah, it's a nice
Great.
touch, man. It's a nice touch. And then just like little shots like this, like little environmental shots of car driving. You see the back view of it going through like a neighborhood. Just great stuff. Angles are always awesome. I think they're understated. He's really moving the camera around, but it doesn't seem like he's showing off. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I hate manga. The only thing I like about it is I love the tech and the energy, but I just don't like the faces and the figures. I just don't like the style.
I love the way Shiro draws a female figure.
Dude,
I think they're great.
And that's, I'm gonna tell you my problem when I hear someone say I don't dig manga. That's like saying I don't dig American comics. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we have such
I don't know. It all looks the same to me, man.
Oh.
Wow.
I don't know. In the 90s, with the X-Men stuff, even before that, when I was working on Adventures of Superman, I was looking at the stuff and I was bringing some of those. We called them the Akira lines, into the American comic stuff, and then turns out Wilson Jim,
McFarlane too,
big time into that stuff. So it just all worked out really well. But this stuff I find a ton of inspiration. Shiru is just, he's absolutely fantastic. So he's my pick for black and white.
Okay.
In black and white. And the thing is, they did Akira, and I hope I'm not stepping on anybody else's toes, but I think Marvel did because I like the black and white stuff, but they repackaged it with oh my gosh, what was that guy, the colorist?
Wait a second. No, stop it. Did you just say I hate?
No, I didn't say I hate. I love that guy.
I thought I heard that first. I was like, wait, it's Steve Oliff, man.
Oliff, yeah.
That guy invented computer color. You know
that was that was the big experiment on that. And for some reason, like it was so freaking cool looking, because I never wanted to see it colored. But the way he did it, you could still see all the zipatone, you could still see all the textures, you could still see all that stuff. And it wasn't heavy-handed, and it was almost like they were flats, but it wasn't. It was really a slick package. So I like choices. That. Yeah, I like that that Marvel. Man, Marvel used to do some cool shit, that Epic Line stuff.
Yeah, back in the good old days, huh?
That's my
Sand and Metal's got me pegged. Manga derangement syndrome. There it is. Or manga derangement syndrome.
There it is.
Okay.
I would have to say Akira's my catcher in the rye.
Mr. Fragaboom, what have you got?
Yeah,
for us?
well, it's weird because when I mean, this is all self-imposed criteria, right?
Sure.
Because there are plenty of things in black and white magazines that I'm a huge fan of, but in all reality, they are black and white reprints. Like the Punisher magazine,
right?
was a reprint.
If it was first published in color and then in black, that doesn't really count. It has to.
That's
be like,
okay, cool. Well, cool. But when you did bring it up, Henry Bemis has got it right, but I won't mention that one yet. The black and white explosion hit me in what I would call the sweet spot times, right? I started collecting in '84, and you got the Turtles, and you got all this other stuff. You got a super chat. He's
Steve Commander here for $5 said, I'd say kick Aaron, but he's hosting. You need to see what Tetsuo Hara did with Fist of the North Star.
Dude.
No, I don't.
Fist of the North Star.
No, you do though, but that's what I'm saying. American comics is everybody from Jack Kirby to Greg Land. And if all you saw was Greg Land, you'd go, hey, I hate it.
Andy Gogo Comics says Art loves the slick package. I don't know what he's inferring there.
So I was all in, but what I remember the most about black and white comics is a lot of them were I'm going to share my screen too. A lot of them were based out of the Bay Area or wherever. But also and I'm sorry if I'm a little off. Today's my first day of the Primadone, and I feel like I'm.
You know, Dan's gonna say hamster mice, or what is it?
No,
Hamster
no.
mice?
You know what's funny is I almost brought that up. That's Von Bodie. That's Miami Mice.
Miami
exactly-
mice. Okay.
I know
yeah.
exactly.
Miami Mice.
My Miami Mice, the radioactive pre-adolescent black belt hamsters.
What was the hamster
Yeah.
one then?
That was
That was Don
Gerbils.
Chen.
Don
Chen's
Chen
book.
did the hamsters, the radioactive
Yeah.
black belt hamsters, adolescent.
Yeah.
And then there
Adolescent radioactive black belt.
geriatric kung fu kangaroos. And then our
Oh,
good
I
friend
don't
Adam
remember that.
Post, who I haven't seen in a while, he had GI Jackrabbit. You guys remember
Yeah.
that?
Mm.
It was like these
No.
animal mashups. But I remember as a kid, the one that stopped me dead in my tracks is the one I'm sharing now.
Which is
Okay.
fish police.
Boris the Bear.
Boris the Bear.
And a lot of people don't know this. Some of Rob Liefeld's first work is in Boris the Bear. I think it's number 7. He did a Boris the Bear pinup. But this is good stuff. He was really sick of. Man, this reminds me of Black Flag.
Who's the? I got to be. I don't know who's the creator. What's
his name? James Dean Smith, I think that was his name. But it was a
Mhm.
Dark Horse
Okay.
comic. This is 86. I remember it was 8th grade. Look at that. Boris the Bear number 3 on sale now as I'm like holding number 1. This must be it's a second praying. That's why.
Well, you got John Workman on letters.
Did Mike Richardson create it though?
No,
No.
no, he didn't.
He just wrote it.
No, James
Yeah.
Dean Smith.
It says
the
story by
creator.
Mike Richardson.
Right. Well, he may have done this.
Here, let's just go through this letter real quick, okay? And this is why I select this, because when I was a kid, I would read I was the kid that would read the toothpaste while taking a dump. You know what I mean? Like I read all the different little bits. So here we go. Just a few years ago, a comic book with a title, Teenage Radioactive Black Belt Mutant Ninja Critters, would have raised an eyebrow or two. More than a few chuckles would have followed. Today, the same title would more than likely elicit a sickly groan. After the original radioactive animal spoof group appeared, the concept was copied, recopied, used, and reused. Each month it appeared that the well was finally dry, that there could not possibly be another publisher willing to put out another poorly done book. Assortment of turtles, mice, hamsters, kangaroos, gerbils, rabbits, penguins, etc. Each month, another half dozen copycat titles were announced, and enough is enough. Several months ago, I approached Randy Stradley with the idea for this book. Randy was working long hours on the first issue of Dark Horse Presents, and as I explained the story to him, I saw the blank, tired look on his face replaced with a twisted, wicked smile. Enthusiasm. Randy and I were in agreement that this book needed to be done. The time was now. But who would be the instrument of our divine justice? Enter James Dean Smith. James was working on a strip featuring a tough little comic collecting bear named Boris. I explained our noble cause to him, and the very next day, work began on Boris the Bear slaughters the teenage radioactive black belt mutant ninja critters. Now, be forewarned. Some may feel this book is too violent, but we wanted there to be no mistake. When Boris kills them, they stay dead. And if you like your heroes to get punched through buildings, shot and stomped, only to get up unharmed and hurry off for tea with Aunt Matilda, this is not the book for you. Isn't it ironic that a satirically funny animal approach to violence comes closer to the real thing than the standard mindless punch-em-outs that are so prevalent in today's comics? Hey, I like those. We hope that you have as much fun reading this book as we did preparing it. Next month, Boris will be back with an all-new adventure. So yeah, this was this bear that was fed up, and he got all ramboed up with a sweet Uzi. I thought these drawings were great.
Sweet Uzi, I love it.
Yeah,
I remember the book.
Yep.
yeah. This was, look at, here comes Yosagi, right?
Oh, no.
Are you a mutant? Are you radioactive? Like he's on a mission. Ba-da-ba-ba-bow! You know what I'm saying? Like, and when
He's
you're
not a
like,
mutant or radioactive,
no,
though. What the hell?
Yeah, but he's a furry animal, man. And like what I loved about this is I was 13. You know, this was really up there. and it just hit the mark. There goes Cerebus.
Wait a minute. He took his sword as a prize, right?
I believe he did. Yeah. Yeah.
He
Boom.
puts it up.
So yeah, he goes after Cerebus, pox him out. Look at
Oh.
Tampa mice. There's your hamster Miami mice.
Yeah, Miami mice.
He totally kills them. Look at all the I'm Leo, I'm Mikey, I'm Donnie, and I'm Bob. We all look alike, but you could tell us apart because we carry different weapons. We're the juvenile, defiant, hard-shelled assassins. Yes. Yeah. So I mean, look at that. He kicks him so hard, his eyeballs come out. Punches him so hard, his fist goes through his face. So yeah, this was my jam, dude. Like this was the ambush bug. Is that guy's name? Is that what was he?
Oh
called?
yeah.
Yeah.
Ambush.
Yeah, ambush bug.
Ambush bug, yeah.
Yeah, but I'll look at there's the geriatric gerbils. Yeah, so he just takes them all out. Look at the violence. The violence was so good. It was just so good.
Like early Mad magazine stuff.
Yes.
Oh my God, Captain Carrot. No.
Killing Smurfs.
Droopy dog.
Doggy dog or droopy dog rather.
And no, he says, "You can go. I like you." He says, "Thanks, Bob." You know, so Droopy makes it through. But what's really cool is they made a few, right?
Yeah, they
made a
did.
few. Let's take a look at number 7, if I remember correctly.
ElfQuest.
Yeah. He went after all of the black and white magazines, which is, like I said, I was buying these magazines and also watching the destruction that was called Boris the Bear. Hold on, let's see if we got it. Was it? This it? No. What number? You guys remember what number Liefeld's in?
Nope.
No, I didn't know he was in it.
Yeah.
No.
It's a Boris the Bear pinup. Chad, if you guys can look that up, I'd like to show it. But here's some more Boris the Bear going after Batman, Mitsopilix or whatever. No, Batmite. That was his name. Yeah, but it was like that is it. I found it, guys.
There's life.
Oh, there it is.
Boris the fan pinup. Guest artist Rob Liefeld. So this is look at that, man.
Dude,
I was
when
wrong.
did he do Hawk and Dove? It wasn't too much after that, was it?
No, it was 86. Everything happened for Rob in 86. Art remembers. Yeah.
I remember this pinup.
Yeah, I wish Billy Tucci was here. And I'm going to tell you why. And I was telling my wife about this and you know, all the craziness that we do and the jokes that we do. And I was going to ask him if had anybody ever done, because I remember drawing a book called Avenge Blade and it was a parody. And I think we drew She, and I wanted to know if he knew of any other parodies. And then when he goes, parodies, I'd say a parody's nuts on your face. And so I was like, I have it ready, but he's not here.
He's not going to be here, unfortunately.
Well, he's not going to make it at all.
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
Guys, shit. Okay, so that was my selection as Boris.
All right, here, let me get the super chat here before we move on. Carbon
That's
Dioxide for
freaking
$5. Thank you, sir. Y'all like you'll all like Sanho Kim of Charlton Comics, maybe the first artist to work manga style in American published comics. Was unaware of this.
You don't understand Southern accent, Aaron.
Y'all.
No, pull that back up.
Okay.
You read it like this. Y'all like Sanho Kim of Charlton Comics?
Okay. Y'all like Sanho Kim of Charlton Comics? Okay.
There you go.
All right. Just takes a little work. I'm kind of like, you know,
You're
I'm a
very
method
West
actor.
Coast.
I'm a method actor, Graham. I need more information.
He needs to live that life. He needs to come out here to Georgia. And
Let
live
me
that
tell
life
you.
a
Let
little bit.
me tell you a tragic story about Boris the Bear, if I may.
No.
Now this was told to me by reliable sources. I don't have insight. I wasn't there, you know. So I say this. It's possible this isn't true, but I heard from people that would know that it is true. So I'm going to recount it now with that disclaimer. Apparently, now you know that who was the comedian that like would bust watermelons open on stage? What was that guy's name? Gallagher. Yeah, I believe it was Gallagher who bought the film rights to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? And then got that thing turned into what it's become, this franchise. But the story goes...
Yeah.
Dude, that is not... I thought it was Mark Friedman. who got licensing, and then
I heard it was
confusing me.
Gallagher bought this stuff, and then, but here's the deal. Whoever it was, maybe it wasn't Gallagher, but here's the story. Originally, they went to.
I like the Gallagher part better.
Yeah, Boris the Bear creator to get to do Boris the Bear, and he held out for more money, so they said no, and they went and got the turtles instead. And now you look at the turtles, and Boris the Bear.
I don't believe that's not real, man. Mark Friedman.
That's
That-
not
Well, no,
real.
I'm just saying. Okay, well,
Bullshit, man. That's bullshit.
Dude, I'll put
Okay,
a flag on the field. Your sources come from a Cracker Jack box, bro.
well, I'm
Like,
just saying.
no, that
just
can't
saying that's
be
what I heard.
Gallagher. I have not once.
I like the Gallagher angle better.
I know
though.
you like it.
It's
See, it's
hilarious.
palatable. You know who else chipped in, but they
Could
just couldn't
wait
make
a
it
minute now.
happen. No, Dolly Parton. She
No,
chipped in.
no, wait a minute. Couldn't
I heard it
Gallagher?
was Gary Seinfeld.
Wait a minute.
I heard that Carrot Top is buying.
Isn't it possible that Gallagher bought the rights for these, and then he actually had the rights in this guy?
I don't know. I don't like not one time. It was
Gallagher
this
bought
guy-
the rights. Wait, I got it. Gallagher bought the rights to destroy the comic books with the Sludge-O-Matic on stage.
Maybe that's what it was.
That makes more sense.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm just
Surge
saying.
licensing. Surge licensing.
Maybe
this
I'm
guy-
spreading misinformation, but it's a
Mark
good story.
Friedman- Mark
It's a
Friedman,
better story.
on his last dime and like his and money borrowed for his suit, went and pitched those guys, and then they had this foam turtle that they went around saying toy movie blah blah blah. They got the deal with Playmates. They also got the deal with New Line. And the reason why the first one is so good, directed by Steve Barron, the guy who directed Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, and Beat It, there was violence. They got to use their weapons. They got to, really kick ass. And then Playmates was like, oh, snap, this is really crazy. Like the toys and the cartoon aren't quite lining up. So that's why you got.
I'm going to dig a little
Ooze.
deeper into this, Frag, and see if I can find anything. And
Well,
yeah,
these are the
revisit
same
at a later
people.
date.
Hollywood's the same people that were decided like they're going to do Rambo the animated adventure.
That was awesome. I had the toy. I watched that show. That was legit. What now black and white, that's how you used to see Art to Bear. What do you think Aaron has for us?
Well, I thought you were going to go Ninja Turtles. I have
think-
he's going to do something with Bernie Wrightson. That's all I know.
I don't think so.
Not yet.
But it's coming.
It's coming, baby. Check this out. You guys, go back with me to like 1963, I think it was.
I
62.
was not alive. This is creepy.
Oh, Frazetta.
Creepy number one.
Oh, son of a bitch.
The Frazetta. There it is, baby. The Frazetta.
It
Now
is.
get a load of this. Now, this is another story I heard, and Gallagher's not involved in this. But
Not yet.
my understanding was Frazetta just wanted to do covers. Okay. And
Yep.
and they talked him into doing, or someone talked him into, was associated with Creepy and Jim Warren. Someone suggested because Warren wanted him to do this story. And someone suggested to him that, if you do the story, it'll be a great in for you to get to do more cover work. So Frazetta agreed to do this like 5 or 6 page werewolf story. And of course, he didn't do the cover to number 1. Jack Davis did, but like 2 through whatever was all Frazetta covers. So that may be an actual true story, but
What's the one that he never finished? It's something the Dawn, that
was an EC story, I think, that
Oh,
he didn't
okay.
finish.
Okay.
But yeah, this was only 5 or 6 pages, but it was like probably, I don't know for certain, but I think this was the last continuity story he did.
That's what I've read.
oh,
That this was
that's
the last continuity stuff he ever did.
Wow.
This
Yeah,
is
that's
shot
great.
from this is a picture of the original.
Yeah, this was like Heritage, I think. They had a bunch of
It's
these up.
way clearer than the magazine, and then the flash reflection on the word balloon is what threw it off for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it it muddied up slightly in the printed version. This is really
Oh,
pretty.
all those black and white mags were muddied up, you know, with,
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
that
washes would drop
crappy.
out.
That guy on the
Look at this dude.
lower right. Yeah, well, he looks cool.
Oh,
too.
I love that guy on the lower right.
Yeah, he looks. He almost looks like Buscema said. That's how the Punisher should look, because he looks like a John Buscema Punisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the way he does the
Really
hair on
good.
the dude's arms and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he really did some nice work on this. You know, it wasn't he
Mhm.
wasn't like crapping this out. And this is before they had created Uncle Creepy as a host of the show, or at least he did this story before the first issue came out, before they had come up with Uncle Creepy. So that's he just got this scary looking dude here with a hood on. And it's interesting they didn't go back in and like replace it with a Uncle Creepy head, but I guess maybe just out of respect for Frazetta, they were like, don't touch it. Because I'm sure Frazetta wouldn't have been okay with, hey, can you draw us an Uncle Creepy head we can paste on here? You can imagine what he would have said to that.
Yeah, but Uncle Creepy didn't show up in the first issue, right?
He was on the cover though.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
But he
Andy-
might have been created after.
Andy.
Hmm.
Andy, you got that
Hmm.
Creepy #1 handy?
Yeah.
Hold it up again, would you? Yeah, there he is right there. In
Oh,
the
yeah.
chair.
Yeah, yeah.
But what if he was an afterthought? Like,
Yeah,
he might have
maybe,
been.
Like,
maybe
what-
that
what
was just a character that Jack Davis threw in there, and then they decided, hey,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
You might
Like-
be right.
or,
because he
or
does
like,
look like a Jack Davis character.
yeah,
Yeah.
we need
Yeah.
our Alfred E. Newman guys.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Like,
there's a great what was it? I just read it. Someone sent it to me as a gift on my birthday. It was the it's basically the inside story to Warren magazines, and it's a pictorial. It's got all art and all this kind of stuff in it, and it goes through the whole thing. And I'm trying to remember. I just read it not too long ago, but I'm trying to remember now. I'll have to go check that and see if Uncle Creepy sort of came in late, or I remember them specifically saying that when Frazetta was doing this story that they hadn't come up with Uncle Creepy yet, so that's why there was this guy in the corner of the art. But
hey,
anyway,
Aaron,
yes.
here's the thing about rumors of the telephone game and the grapevine.
Mhm.
The green laser, and he has a wrench, so I'm gonna ask. He says there are videos on YouTube about how Gallagher got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie made.
Okay.
Please put that link in the chat.
There you go.
because maybe Gallagher went to buy Boris the Bear, and people couldn't get Boris the Bear because it was taken by Gallagher. Yeah, we don't know.
No, well, the people that told me were Dark Horse insiders, and they were basically saying that they were telling Jim, take the deal, and he
Yeah.
was like, no, I can get more, and he held out and ended up screwing himself in the process. So that's what I heard.
I really need to see.
Take it for
I
what it's
need-
worth.
What it's worth is the 2 nickels I'm willing to pay to hear it again.
Oh, there it is. There's the link.
There it is. Okay, I'm actually gonna look it
All
up.
right, do a little research there,
I
Dan, as
am,
we go
I am.
around.
Come
the
back
horn
when you
here.
have information.
Yeah,
That's right.
man. Thank
right.
you, Green
We're
Laser.
breaking news right here, man. Right here we are.
I like just spreading rumors better.
We've got over 400 people watching right now, so please hit the like and subscribe, and if you don't mind, help this channel grow and this our reach expand over the internet. Okay, so that was mine. I thought get the last Frazetta continuity story in there. Creepy #1, great magazine, but that's where I'll stop on that, and we'll go over to Andy and see what he's got for us for round 2.
Alrighty then. Let me just see here real quick. I'm just gonna hold this one up again. I was gonna take your story, Aaron. Not
got
that you were
time.
gonna use it. Not that you were gonna use it this week, but God, there's so many in these magazines I love.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with this one, this particular story in this Savage Sword of Conan.
Okay,
So in this one,
what issue number is that?
oh, it's 47.
Okay.
So in this one, the main story is written by Roy Thomas, but the reason I like it art-wise, Gil Kane, John Buscema, inked, and this was, let me get the year out too, because that will, where's the stupid
Wait,
year?
John Buscema
70
inked Gil Kane? Is that what
No,
you said?
no. I'm getting there. So
Oh.
1979. So this
Okay.
inker to me was really clicking all cylinders. Joe Rubenstein. I
So
love
he inked Gil and
I
John?
love this. I love that. Yes, Gil and John drew the story, and Joe inked it. And I love this period of Joe's work and into the 80s and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow,
Joe
that
was a
is
really
nice.
great inker.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
No,
I
wait
mean,
a
I'll
minute. Are you
tell my-
saying that Buscema and Gil Kane both were penciling the same story?
Gil didn't finish it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
John did. So, oops. We'll get to some John pages. Gil did most of it. I saw this, and I was just like, holy crap. Because Joe, Joe comes from obviously the Neil Adams, Dick Giordano school.
Oh yeah, he was an
And,
assistant.
Yeah, he was in
Yeah.
continuity, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yep. And let's see, oh, here we go. Here's a John page, couple John pages. Right there.
Yeah. Hey, there's those are beautiful. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, and it goes back to Gil. I don't know how they broke this job up, because now I'm back at Gil. Hold on.
Hang on, Dan. Just hang on a second.
Yeah, no problem.
Trying to find another really wowzer of a page. Wow, this is a nice story. Oh, well, here's more John. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
So is that Rubenstein inking John as well?
Yeah.
So he inked the
Wow.
whole.
Yeah.
He pulled everything. Oh, look at that face. Holy shit. I just love that.
Hmm.
Just great stuff.
Boat. Yeah.
Now, the one I was going to pull was the Kazar that Neil Adams and Krusty Bunkers inked.
That was that's Savage Tales 7, isn't it?
Oh, I got it right here. I can look in a second. I don't want to double and then I've got a Savage Tales that, speaking of Rudy Nebres did the whole thing, pencil and inks, which is just in black and white. It's just freaking glorious to look at. Yeah, and then the last page with Big John. So it looks like they did about half of it. Actually, they each did about half the job. So, but Gil
Nice.
started it.
Interesting.
So, just
Very
love
nice.
it. Just good stuff. So good. I'm keeping that next to my desk for inspo. That's nice.
I just bought a couple of Savage Tales with Buscema stories that were inked by D. Zanuga. I haven't opened them
Yeah,
yet.
you were saying that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an unboxing video here and go through them.
I
some point.
like Tony as an inker. I thought he did a really good job on that stuff.
Didn't he wasn't he the same guy who did that little hire my inkers at better rates, blah blah blah, but he paid them less and was pocketing the
Was he the one?
part? Wasn't
Yeah, I
it?
think it was. Wasn't it Tony?
Yeah.
That Carmine was like, "Hey, go get some of your guys or something."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Imagine, Art, you're like, hey, I can hook you guys up. You're used to paying 100 a page. You can pay 90. They're like, terrific. And you're like, guys, listen, I got you all jobs. $40 a page. Isn't that
I was gonna say 30.
Yeah. Isn't that
I
amazing?
always went in, like anybody who worked for me at Hack Shack, I went in and helped negotiate their rate. So they always got better than just introductory rates, at Marvel.
I'm just bringing up, like, Tony DeZanuga, I like some of his work too, but when I heard that story, I was like, oh, come on, guy.
I know.
That's capitalism at its finest.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. So back to the Ninja Turtles thing.
Okay, breaking news, folks. Here it is.
I heard this from a guy too.
Okay.
So I watched a little bit of the long video. It was too long, so then I found a YouTube short that gave some information. And then my good friend Mark Simon, if you guys haven't checked him out, he is the godfather of storyboards. Mark Simon, what's up, my man?
Oh, I know who he is.
Yeah, he was saying that he has a friend named Kim Dawson, and he was the agent for Carrot Top and Gallagher. So there, but
I
here's
knew Carrot Top would get in.
you were
there,
there, Graham. You were right.
yeah, but here's the connection. Also, the Gallagher connection. The guy who said there should be a live action Ninja Turtles movie, the guy who said it was a guy named Gary Proper, who was Gallagher's road agent. So when they were together at some point, he said, "Oh, you see this Ninja Turtle? This would make a great blah blah blah." That's how that producer got interest in the movie to go after it.
Okay, so there is some partial information that's correct in there. It's not
Yes.
completely
The partial
fabricated.
information, and it's brief. It's Gallagher.
So the moral of the story is, if you guys want to get something made in Hollywood, befriend Gallagher and his road agent.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's right.
That's right.
I don't think Gallagher's with us anymore, is he?
No.
Didn't his brother go out and be like, "I'm Gallagher," and
Did
like
he?
yes,
Yeah.
and because they looked very similar and they both had the same last name, and like the courts were like, "What do you want us to do?" You know.
I thought it was some kind of financial deal. I thought that they were both in on it.
Maybe see. Who knows?
It's
more Gallagher,
funny because,
more hearsay Gallagher talk.
Right. It's funny because when you look at the Three Stooges, the guy that managed them, he thought he owned everything, right? Like owned those guys, whatever. He owned the name. So what he did is I guess the three of them, the main three guys, left. And then he kept the Three Stooges thing going, and he hired three other guys.
Yeah, it was Ted Healy and his Stooges.
Right.
The name of the act. So
right, and then is that when it was like, what was it? Larry Moe? No, it was Larry Fine and it was the three last names like
Howard. It was Mo Howard,
it was
Shemp Howard, and
Howard and Fine or something.
Yeah, and Larry Fine.
And they just went under their
off.
names.
Shemp broke away, and then Curly came in, and then they started making the movies with Curly.
Yeah, because Shemp, like people think Shemp came in later. Shemp was the original, right? And Curly replaced Shemp, and then then Curly had some major health issues, and then Shemp came back, and it was kind of like a family affair, It was kind of
the Howard brothers,
We've gone from black and white comics to Gallagher to the Three Stooges. It's amazing what you did on this show.
Done in black and white. So
that's right. That's true.
One more thing. It's not exclusive to Hollywood. Do you remember when there were like 3 versions of the Temptations touring?
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Oh yeah. It was like they'd have a member, an original member in each and there
right.
There's a Temptations.
Didn't Creedence Clearwater
I was gonna say
that fucking asshole, the brother, the drummer. Oh my gosh, him and the
is that Fogarty's brother?
Yeah, the least talented brother. Yeah, went out and did it himself. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Let me take a super chat here. Leg kick. Thank you for the $2. He says, anyone read Shirtless Bear Fighter? Funny book. I assume that's black.
It is.
White. That's why he's bringing it up.
No, it's not. It's full color.
Okay.
It's full color. It is funny. It's a good book.
Okay. Shirtless Bear Fighter, recommended by Leg Kick and Andy Smith. So, all right, Graham, we're on round 2 here. What have you got for us?
Well, I'm going to follow up Andy and his Conan with
I'll raise you 2 Conans and a King Cole.
And it's a good thing I go to the
pulling
gym.
another original out. What the hell? No fair.
Oh, you got an original Barry Smith? Oh my God!
What? No. This is the book.
Okay.
Oh,
Red Nail. All right.
God, that looks like it. It's in a portfolio.
It is in a portfolio.
Look at that shit.
Oh, Red Nail.
Yeah, but see, this doesn't count because wasn't that originally printed in color?
No,
not true. It was originally black and white.
Okay.
2 and 3, and then it got reprinted.
It got reprinted in the Treasury in color.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
So
we need Billy's bell, to chime in, bing, 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 bing. Yes.
Look at that.
This is great. This is one of the ones on my list, so that clears out some of my excess.
Yeah. You know how Aaron, you said like some of that manga stuff, like Shiro, you couldn't get like past the faces. Like early Barry Windsor Smith, like everything was gorgeous, but those faces were
Yeah, he had really wonky big eyes and small noses and just really weird.
They looked like pre-Raphaelite paintings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
like this one. Look at Conan's face up there. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
You know,
still so much
eyes
better
he
than
would do.
before.
But
Were
my
the
God,
eyes close together, like on the women? Is that what?
Yeah.
They were really big and close together.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's why it took me longer to warm up to Barry Smith because of his weird faces. But
yeah.
Wow, look at that.
it's all that
That's a
other
weird
stuff,
face.
you know?
It's all the other stuff.
The storytelling in here is so amazing. I remember seeing this as a kid and thinking, "Oh my God, this is like watching a movie." You know, trying to find some of those pages where.
Well, I'll tell you, anything in black and white that you can, anybody out there can get their hands on. Barry has a brilliant ink line. It is freaking brilliant. Like
alive.
I mean, he inspires me every time I look at that stuff. I want to pick up a brush or a pen, and that dude is the master of the flow, man.
Yeah.
They reprinted his Wolverine stuff in black and white.
Oh, that was
Where?
great stuff. Yeah,
It's like a France edition or some shit. So it's not,
Oh man, you scared me there for a minute. I thought you had an original Barry Smith. I was just gonna cry.
I know, same here. I was like, what the Jesus?
Well, I'll tell you, these scans are even better than the IDW scans.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I keep
I
looking
mean,
at
I
those
could
folks
probably
thinking I should
pick
pick it
DNA
up.
off of these things.
Wasn't that Thibodeau and Richard French? Like, didn't they do that?
This book?
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't.
Yeah,
think
it wasn't a company. Like, it wasn't like Graffiti or anybody. I don't think.
It wasn't. It was like, they're friends of Barry's, and I know Thibodeau has tons of Barry Smith originals.
Genesis Quest. Yeah, it is Mike Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I do like the way it was put together because it does look like a portfolio. Because it's also really glossy, so it looks like they were in.
Yeah, I know. He had me fooled, man. I was just like, I was going to lose it. Hey, do you guys remember, speaking of Barry Smith, it was in one of the Savage Tales. I thought it was in
He's got a
the first
slip
issue,
case.
but I don't think it is. There's like, I don't even know if it was more Conan illustrations. He's fighting like wild wolves.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got like that head trim around the entire. What was that in?
It was
Savage
originally in Savage Tales, I think.
Okay.
But then it was reprinted in one of those color Conan books, like in the 90s.
Because I was looking for it, I could not find it to save my life because I wasn't sure where it. I could have swore it was in Savage Tales, but I couldn't remember what number. But
Yeah, it's an early one.
yeah, but it was really cool.
Yeah.
Let me grab this real quick. Stealth X5 says $2. Thank you very much. Hello to you. Thanks for joining
And
us.
hello.
Ethan, Dan reaching out says, hope Dan Frag is okay. My family's sending love and best wishes for his health.
Thank you, buddy. The
Thank
big
you.
day for prayer is 8 days from now.
All right.
We'll have one more Professionals on Andy's, and then the next day, the 22nd, will be surgery day. So good times.
You got it, brother. You got
But
it.
I'll tell you this. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to get through it. So.
All right, Art, get us through another choice of black and white comics. if you
All
can.
right. How many go rounds do you think? Do you think we'll do 3 since Billy's
Well,
not?
I want to hold it 2 hours. We still got like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
left.
dude,
So we
I got
might get
so
through it.
many.
I know we can get through a third round. So go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm gonna save this is the Frank Miller Sin City. I'm gonna save that for the third round.
Spoiler alert. Now we know.
Spoiler. And I just,
Well, I'm actually staking claim to it. That's
No,
why.
that's
what he's
exactly what I was gonna say. I was
Yeah.
like, no, Art is like, he's like a prospector. He got that from the young kids in the days. Those
more
prospectors.
manga. Come on, Art. What are you doing to me, man? You're
God,
kidding.
Battle Angel's dope.
This is Kashiro. This stuff is brilliant, man. You guys need to expand your minds.
No, I don't. No, talk to Aaron. I don't mind this stuff. So
I'm
far,
the
you're
only one
pulling
with
the.
a problem here.
I
Maybe
don't have a
Graham, too.
huge palette or whatever of manga, but the stuff
I
you're
do.
pulling is stuff I like.
I thought,
like
for me, like the ink work on this stuff is really, really good.
Right.
Like the brush with the hair, and
Yeah, the
there's
hair looks really nice.
yeah, there's some bolds that that most of the manga stuff doesn't have.
Yeah.
But this guy brings it in, like with the line weights and everything. I think it's brilliant. It does, like, aesthetically, some of the faces are drawn a little better, but like all this kinetic stuff, like look at that, like her
That's pretty
kicking.
cool. All right,
Yeah.
I'll give you that. That's pretty cool.
That's the Daniel Warren Johnson type stuff right there. That's where he's getting it from. In a
I
way.
get a little jealous sometimes of, like, because unlike Andy, where he says he doesn't have a bunch, I do. I have Bleach, Chainsaw Man, One Piece, like volumes, the complete Dragon Ball Z. I love this stuff. Naruto. The thing that I get jealous about is there's this sort of forgiveness where they go in and out of like styles for expressions, but in the context of what they do, it sells the emotion. Like, they know how to do embarrassment, they know how to do rage, they know how to do butterflies in your stomach. They really when you're in the soup of reading this stuff, they know how to really sell emotion, but it's really cartoony. And it's,
Well, they got those.
looking at
They're called-
here.
They
Is
have
that
these
an
things
eyeball?
Yeah,
It looks like a
horse
dog, isn't it?
or
Yeah.
a dog. Oh, smash.
But damn, they got these things called chibis, right? They're like
Yeah.
little cute versions of the characters or whatever.
Yeah.
But this stuff's like Lone Wolf and Cub. Like there's this cool. It's not quite a true crosshatch, but they're the long diamond shapes. Like if you look at the nose of the dog and stuff, it's just it looks like it's just thrown out there. But there are patterns to it, and I just find this stuff really incredible, and just very kinetic.
Yeah.
Well, this is better than the first one you showed. So.
Oh no, I like Shiro better than this.
No, I like the
It's
drawing
just
on this
different. It's just different.
This drawing's a little bit more solid, I think.
Still, all the energy's there.
Better as well, but I really like just Shiru's stuff because it's just inspiring, just all that work.
Yeah.
But you can see like the zip patterns and the different things that they're doing. There's some wash. There's all kinds of stuff going on here. But these Akira lines, and I don't know how they're doing this sky. It looks like it's some kind of.
It's Zipatone.
That's one of the things that's super interesting. Art, you remember when we used to go on those trips to Mitsuwa or Yohan
In LA?
Yeah, and we go to the bookstore and we would go get the treats and the models and shit. Well, when I was living in Orange County, they still had that, the bookstore. Can you I forget what it's called, but they had tons of art supplies by this company called Deleter.
Yeah, I got some of the Deleter nibs, and they had all the zip patterns.
Yeah,
right?
they make all the nibs, the burnishers, the zip, and those Deleters, man, I'll tell you, they are way more durable than some of the stuff that Gillette or Hunts was putting out.
If you guys ever see somebody inking with a yellow handled pen, that's the Deleter pen handle. I believe.
Got one over there. It is. Says it right on it. Yeah.
So I just think they had. I mean, obviously, good art is good art, but tools do matter to a certain degree. Because, like you said, how'd they get that sky? Well, they basically burnished it in with that zip shit. It got like painting. They burnished it in.
Yeah, and then you.
Well, not only that, but then they would go back over. I remember Adam Hughes and Carl Story telling me this way back. I think I was still at the Kubert School, and I met him at a con. And you would lay down you'd lay down a pattern of zip. You could take your electric eraser over it to pull out highlights on it, and then you'd lay down another pattern of zip, and you could do more electric eraser stuff over top of it. And I was just like, oh, that is cool.
they're painting into the zip. It looks like on her leg and her cape and stuff like that to add texture. And then like the
Great
sky
effect.
is very painterly. Like there's painting into it and stuff like that. So there's a lot of really taking advantage of like the black and white format. I would love to do something like this in time. And since we're working with Comicsgate and doing these books independently, I don't have to worry about Marvel and DC. So I think eventually I'll do something like this because I find it very inspiring.
Yeah.
It's just a great look. I don't think this is the same artist. I don't know who this is.
Again, with manga, it's weird. They go into these vignettes where all of a sudden it'll be like ink wash.
Yeah.
Right.
That's Eric Canetti.
Yeah, I had to show this off because it's so freaking amazing. Yeah, Eric, our friend Eric Canetti, just doing his version, his take on Battle Angel. And this, I just love this, man. It's
that's really great.
Look at that tech.
One of the things that I really dig about manga, and this is generally speaking, going into like a generalized thing, but one of the things I noticed in a lot of manga, especially the shonen, which is boys, right? Shonen is boys manga, is a lot of consideration for the physics of everything. Like there's usually wind, when something gets smashed there, it's not just boom, it's like bricks hit a car and they're bouncing off a car. It's like this consideration for like extreme motion, and that's what gets me hooked on
Akira, like holy shit, man. Like you talk about like just explosions, things breaking, things cracking, things crashing, just all that stuff. It's absolutely dropping. It is so good. And I just want to stress, like, it's just one of the many things that I'm inspired by because I like all the European guys. I like the Asian stuff, and I like all the American comics too. There's something there for everybody.
You just love everything, Art, and that's why we love you.
That's right.
Well, thank you, Aaron.
Danny, what have you got for us in round 2 here?
Again, I'm repping where I'm from. Take the kid out of the bay. We can't take the bay out of the kid.
Of course.
Here we go. I'm going underground again.
Uh-oh. Oh shit.
Yeah. So
Mickey Rat.
This was, I think, 72. This is like before I was born, but these were famous. These were on the walls in the bay. Like you go into Comics and Comics or any of those places, and you'd see this. You'd see Air Pirates. You guys remember the Air Pirate one?
Air Pirate,
yeah, but it was like some underground dude.
That got shut down, didn't it, after 2 issues?
Yeah, actually, like here, I could show you is this one. This was it.
Yeah, it was Mickey Mouse was like bringing weed into the country on his plane.
Yes, yeah. The thing that's crazy though is it's like Mickey's not really in this book. You know what I'm saying? Like it's mostly all these other.
He's on the cover though.
Yeah, but when you
very George Harriman looking, crazy cat.
But when you get into Mickey Rat, that's Mickey Rat, dude. You know what I'm saying? You get, these were out of L.A., but again, it was the California connection. But it's undeniably charming, Like,
is that Spain Rodriguez?
I'm not sure if it's Spain. That's a good question, man.
He's from Buffalo.
Is he really?
Yeah. Marcus Killinger is saying Spain Rodriguez, so Marcus is never wrong about that stuff.
He usually isn't. Let me see. It might be. I know he made his way to the Bay.
Oh my gosh, look at the black face on those hippos or whatever they're supposed to be. Oh my goodness.
Just good stuff. Yeah, a lot of the underground. Art Armstrong here. Okay. On this one, but it might not be the same artist.
It was a nightclub on Lake Erie called Mickey Rats.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Kind of want to go. Look at that. He took them off.
It's probably named after because
that's hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, my second choice again, it's not your
Is this an
Kenny.
all-encompassing choice? So we got like Crumb and all these guys in there.
No,
and
no,
Seth?
no. I have, if no one mentions this one, it's my ace in the hole.
Okay. Well,
And if they do, I have a secondary ace in.
I'm going to
in
bring
the
one
other
up that I
side.
think you're going to miss. Apparently, you're not going to choose, and I'm surprised
Yeah.
at you. But I won't wait. I'll wait till third to
Yeah.
see what you do.
Yeah.
I guess it's my turn. Okay, now I'm going to go Wrightson. You guys have all covered. I had some Conan stuff. But you guys covered Conan pretty well. Although I will bring up something later. But I'm trying to pick my favorite Wrightson story in a creepy or Eerie magazine. This is Eerie number 58, the Pepper Lake Monster.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
The amount of work that dude put into these stories is just unbelievable.
You prefer
And,
this over the Muck Monster?
Well, the Muck Monster was in color.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was a color insert.
Oh,
So
okay.
I can't really use that. But
Touche.
just in terms of story wise, though, this is a great story because if you haven't read it, let me spoil it for you. This guy there's this Pepper Lake Monster, and it's got like this sign up by the lake that says, 100 people have died at the hands of the Pepper Lake Monster or whatever, right? And this guy's a reporter and he thinks, oh, it's just a joke. Well, he goes out and finds that it's real, right? So then he captures the thing in this netting, and all the villagers come around to see what's going on, and he sits there and starts to explain to them how this is what a great discovery for science. We'll take it on the road. We'll make millions, blah, blah, blah. And then they all start, as he's telling the story, they're all picking up like weapons and stuff around him, and they beat him to death. And then, hide his body. And the last image you see is the Pepper Lake Monster responsible for 101 deaths. And so basically it was like they didn't want anybody coming in and stealing their Pepper Lake Monster.
Right.
So it's a great
cool.
story. It's incredibly, the illustration on it, you can tell that he kind of like, you've got a lot of brush stuff. You got some pen and ink stuff going on here. He just was using all the tools sitting in the, his tray, so to speak. And, but it's tied with this one. And I'm going to bring this one up too here, since I'm going pretty quickly. This was the Mars Saga, and it's a poem written by Bruce Jones, but illustrated by Wrightson. And every page is a vertical 4-panel grid like this. So I thought it was really interesting how he sort of did his storytelling by, already locking himself into a certain pattern. So
Yeah, that's hard.
this guy crash lands on Mars, and he's the only survivor, and he's got like one oxygen tank left, and he discovers this tribe, and of course of Mars beings or whatever, and of course the chief's daughter's this hot babe right here.
You can say Martian, Aaron. It's okay.
Okay.
It's no pejorative term,
Yet. So they have this beast. I guess they're preparing for this big feast or whatever, and it escapes, and he still has his laser gun with him. And so these people are getting eaten, and the daughter's next. I love this last shot here, the lighting, how he fires the laser into the beast, and he kills the thing, saves the day, gets the girl, right? So here he is, and everything is written, as you can see. It's a poem. It says, corralled was a beast for some future feast, and it seemed that it knew of that fate. For as I came near, it bellowed with fear and kicked till it broke down the gate. And so that's the, how the whole story goes is told. And it's Bruce Jones wrote it. And the great thing I never forgot, was the last line of this thing. So he finally gets the girl. He's wearing his oxygen mask, right? But they're both naked. He's finally he's gonna score on the chick. And the last thing is, he's grabbing his throat and his tongue is sticking out. And it was da-da-da-da-da-da. And he says, damnation, I ran out of air. And that's the last panel. So he never gets the girl because he runs out of oxygen. But it's a terrifically illustrated story. And it's a great little.
Oh, do you got any more pages from it?
Hey, before you change.
Yeah. Oh, what? No, I'll bring it up.
Yeah. No, what I was going to say is, looking at that first panel, I've never seen that art before. But in my mind, I was like, man, that beast looks really familiar. Like just the technique on it, and just isolate it. and then say Sam Keith blood hungry when Wolverine feeds the wolf. I think this is probably where Sam was getting his juices from.
Maybe.
Because that
I mean,
looks like
Sam Keith has rights and influence in his work, clearly.
yeah. Because I saw that and I was like, dude, I've seen that. But you could have told me that was a Sam Keith panel, and I'd be like, that's a really good Sam Keith panel.
I got all the panels here. The problem is they're not reproduced that large. So I'm trying to find. Bear with me for a second here.
What's the name of it? I might have it. It's
called the Mars Saga, and it's in I think it's Creepy Magazine number 87. It has a rights in Mars cover.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 87. Creepy number 87.
Creepy 80. I'm on the mission.
Okay. The thing with Wrightson did so many good stories. A lot of people. I'll bring this up while Dan's trying to find that.
Okay, I have Creepy Archives. I'm just wondering which one it would
issue
be
87.
In. Well, the archives have more than one issue in them. So let me do the math. I'm going to look at the first one real quick and see how many are in each.
This is generally considered Wrightson's masterpiece, and this is so freaking disturbing, this story.
Yeah.
Again, Bruce Jones wrote it, and
Jones is very good.
He is, and he's a pretty good artist
writer, and he's a good artist.
Yeah. He wrote all these great stories that I think Wrightson wrote the Pepper Lake Monster, if I'm not mistaken, but I think Bruce Jones wrote pretty much everything else for Wrightson in here. And these stories are just fantastic. This one is so gross and disturbing, but look at this tree here with the Uncle Creepy built into the tree here.
Mm-hmm.
And this, of course, he went ink wash on this one. So it's really, he really went to town on this. But they did you remember they did, I think it was Showtime or somebody several years ago did a horror anthology show called like The Masters of Terror. And every week, like a different director did a short story.
Yeah.
Well, one of the ones they adapted was Jennifer. I never
saw that one.
Oh, brutal. Wow.
That one is brutal.
Yeah. And that was I think John Landis did some stuff on that, and other famous horror directors or whatever. And yeah, there it is. Hulk Smash confirms it was Masters of Horror. But I remember they had this. I never saw it because I don't think I ever had Showtime. So, but yeah, it's a pretty grim and pretty grim and disgusting tale.
I've seen this cover before. I've got it, guy.
Okay. Let's take a look at
it. And high resolution. We can even zoom in.
All right, dude. Let's do it. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. So yeah, see, I know this piece because it's in a look back. Like this one.
Yeah, the original for this, which I think is the if you open this book up to like the inside front cover or the I think keep going.
There.
No, there it is. This original is all it's painted, so it's reproduced in black and white, but it's in full color, and it is like huge, like this big. And I saw it at San Diego probably 15 years ago for $4,500. Can you imagine how much that thing's going for now?
Oh, dude, this is 6 figures, milady.
Oh,
look at that, dude! Just this cape work. Oh my God! You know what? Dude. Kelly Jones is like, you know what? I think I can make a style out of this panel.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Look, he's got War of the Worlds, John Carter. That's the Martian Chronicles there. Yeah. And then the last one, I'm not sure what the last one is representing.
And look at this goofball gremlin alien. Well, he's an alien, right? He's a Martian. That's incredible.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
John Davidson.
That's Gray Morrow.
That's Gray Morrow.
I'm trying to find here it is. Boom. Okay, let's go back one page. Boom. So this is it.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to zoom in?
Yeah, go ahead.
There we go. I like that this look at how the type, how there's the gray, the white over the gray type, or the white type over the gray.
I wonder how they did that. When was this done?
73. No, I'm sorry, 70, probably 5.
How
It
the
might
hell?
be
It must have been a
a-
transparency or
yeah,
something.
exactly.
Yeah.
Acetate.
They'd print it with white ink on a transparency and then lay it over.
Yeah.
Look at
It almost looks computer.
look at his storytelling. I use these like you got this the guy walking off in the distance in panel 1, right?
Yep.
And then you've got the close up. So he said, then he goes and shows us the rocket ship that just landed. And then here, look at him in silhouette, kind of down between all the wreckage of his ship. And there's a dead guy there, and then he's walking away. So he's the last survivor of his ship. I just thought it was really interesting how he challenged himself to do all the layouts.
Yo, dude, this last panel, that's like an Alex Toth panel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's a bird's eye shot with
It's so fucking
long
good.
shadows.
It's so fucking good.
yeah.
I'll bet he, you know what? I'll bet he did this all the same panels to kind of go with the flow of the poetry, you know?
Yeah, could
Yeah.
be.
Do you notice they're all back views so far?
Say what?
It's all back views.
Yeah, you're right.
We haven't seen a front view of this character.
But we
There
did
he
in
is.
the
Well, here
the
we
second
go.
panel,
Now
he had
we
a
do.
mask on.
Dude, I
Did
love
the
this
close-up.
technique. That it's almost kind of Nino-ish, or maybe
Yeah.
Nino got it from him. But the cliffside, this Martian landscape.
Actually, that
That's
third
cool.
panel is what I think is amazing. That
This?
smoke and mist and all that. Yeah, the
Yeah.
atmosphere
Yeah.
looks great.
It's super delicate. So heavy in here. This is kind of Eisner-ish. Like if you look at that, if you took a little inch and went, "Who inked this?" I would have said Will Eisner. But then down here, it's like, no, that's totally Wrightson. These abstract shapes and shit. And then we're introduced to that beast, right? Look at that,
is great.
dude.
Oh, look at her.
Gazongas.
Nice silhouette.
Yeah.
No,
Look at that
I
face in
still love that
first
last
panel.
panel. The lighting on that last panel is so great.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm
it's great.
obsessed
Yeah.
with the beast's face.
Yeah.
I know, that's so nice.
So
And the second
excellent.
panel with him ripping out.
Oh, look at that. What did he say? As the beast heaved and bled, moaning, dying, and then dead, the girl I saved came to me. That's right, girl. Look at that. That looks a little Jeffrey Jones.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, yeah, a little Jeffrey Jones in there with a little
Yeah.
And I
Frazetta.
love this third panel where he's kind of reminiscing about his life back on Earth and a girl he once knew, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I like the leaves in the foreground blowing.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I think those are great. And the
Yeah.
grass, the way he did that,
Yeah. That's like I was saying earlier, the manga weather thing, like
very
just
wispy.
adding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at those clouds.
Oh
I
yeah.
like how
Those
they
are-
have
those-
birch trees on Mars.
Oh, no, that's him,
Yeah,
him flashing back to Earth.
Oh, that's Earth. Okay.
Yeah, he's flashing back to a girl he
Oh,
knows.
her
from-
face
Oh,
so
okay.
serene, like a moon. She
Okay.
was a girl I had known.
The green fields of home.
All right. Look at these clouds. Very Millerish.
Look at that leaf. I mean,
Yeah.
he's
That,
got
I know, dude.
upturned on the leaf.
Yeah.
I
It's
love
so
it.
great.
It's so subtle and it's
Yeah.
moving so nice.
yeah,
Beautiful.
movement, man. With a childlike
All right.
charm.
Allow me pull out.
Yeah.
Let me read this.
Pull out.
Yeah.
He wanted to pull out.
Here we go.
There will be
It
no
says-
pulling out on this stream.
With a childlike charm, she accepted my arm, for she understood my desire. Neath oilskin dome, we were both all alone as our nakedness shined in the fire. I thanked all the stars for this one night on Mars, for the beauty so firm and so fair. As we locked in embrace, horror twisted my face. Damnation, I ran out of air.
That is so great. That is
It's
so
fantastic.
great.
It's like the mermaid one. What was it called? Fish food, where like the
Yeah,
mermaid,
that's the
Yeah.
purple pictography, right?
yeah, that one's fucking.
That's
Oh.
great.
Wow.
So anyway, there you go. There's my rights and tribute to Creepy and Eerie magazine. He did his best work
Love
of his
it.
his comic work, best comic work of his career on those magazines.
Those were
That was
wonderful.
All right,
great.
Andy, we still got 20 minutes, so go ahead. Let's go
I
round
know.
3.
Just click the present screen button, but don't share it just yet. Let me let's see, where is it? All right, so don't share it yet. So this is I picked one out of this stack, but this is a stack of magazines I bought
Yo,
as a kid every month. These are still from the originals from 1981. I picked one of my favorites. Guys, I'm going out of the box. We're lightening things up here.
Do it.
You can share the screen.
All right. If I dare.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Dude, I
Yes.
love this magazine
So
as
good.
a kid. And I don't know why it's doing the blue highlight there.
Hey,
but
where is send me this web link, dude.
archive.org.
Archive.
But yeah, I'll send it to you.
Thank
So
you.
my favorite guy, I don't know why it's doing this blue highlight
Trosley.
thing. Trosley is my favorite. I would look forward to this dude's cartooning every month. The way he did cars.
Just click
the
outside
stories
or click in the middle of the image, like it, because it like just click, just one. There you go. Not one click and click outside
No,
it
it's-
maybe. No.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Sweet.
So yeah, I look forward to this just for the cartooning. I was a big car guy. Trosley would always do the how to draw a specific car. Magazine's not that long. I'll flip through it quicker because there's different artists. This guy was a regular named Sean Carey as well.
Those are pretty dope, dude.
You know, some of them were 1-page gags and stuff, 2-page. You could send in fan art. Just all sorts of stuff. I mean, this is like really underground looking style
that looks
stuff
great.
here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I was about to say, man, those guys know how to make things look like it's moving too. They got that squash and stretch. But then you turn the page, and I'm like, yeah, this is Berkeley.
Yeah.
You know?
So, well, it's like I said, they had regulars like Trosley,
Yeah.
and then they would have different people. Steve Austin,
Ooh,
he was a regular in it.
yes. Look at the tires on that fourth panel, dude. Like just that
Yeah.
fat chonk. It's
Like
so
drag
good.
racing tires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, where did that Big Daddy Roth stuff? Was he a cartoonist or what? What's the origin of that guy? You know,
That's
he
a
would draw the
good
monsters and the stuff with the big.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll Google it. I believe he was. Yeah.
It seems like it would be
then-
something like that they would publish in this magazine here.
Yeah.
They
California
might have.
cruising. Look at that.
All right, let's blow through this stuff. Nobody cares.
What do you mean no one cares?
Look at-
This was awesome.
I love that. No, I
That-
know, but I like
is that a
cartoon
Hot Wheel?
stuff.
What the hell is that?
Yeah,
A
man,
Hot
it's little
Wheel.
Hot Wheels.
Yeah, the hoods used to open up on some of those.
Dude,
Yeah, man.
that's actually a sweet one. Was that a 56 Bel Air?
Bel Air.
Mhm. That's what it is.
Yeah,
That's gorgeous.
and then of course the real thing. I'm trying to see where the
You can buy some
get to
parts.
Hey OJ. Oh, before OJ was. Oh wait, OJ talks. Never mind. There we
OJ.
go. Here's the how to draw.
Yeah,
And
right. He did not structure that car like that. No
Come on,
frick-
man. It's for kids. You know how it was. 3 easy steps. Look at this. 1, 2, boom, you're done. Come on,
Yeah,
Art.
look
It
at
doesn't take
that.
much more than that.
Yo, see the movement on those cars, especially that top one. I love that.
Well, that
Yeah,
Golden
dude.
did that so well.
Yes, he sure
Yeah.
did.
Oh, that
Or
G.I.
does.
Joe, giant size G.I. Joe #2, whatever it was.
Yeah, that splash with the Russians. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was a
This
teenage
guy's
vet
kind
owner.
of taking it a little hardcore.
I wish I'd been a teenage vet owner.
Now,
I'd
who's the
take one now.
cartoonist on the right? That guy's stuff I like.
On the right, yeah.
The cartooning of the faces
I
is
can't
cool
read
too.
his name.
That's like that rail tail looks like a Saul Bass, like a title for like one of those movies. Fun,
Right.
fun, rail tail.
Oh, it was just a one page.
It's better than the porn, which was called Tail Rail, but you know, it was. They just,
I didn't realize these magazines had
words.
this much comic strips in them.
Oh, that's called
Cartoons?
cartoons.
No, I know, but I
Yeah,
thought
dude.
there was some cartoons in there, but mostly about cars and fixing cars and stuff. I didn't realize it.
No,
No, it's all
dude.
about. I mean, all the gags and stuff are about cars, of course. But
I didn't
and then
know
we
any
end with the
adults.
Trosley.
I didn't know any adults that read these. This was all me and my third grade homies. You know,
Dude,
at lunch.
I was. It was 1981, so I was
Yeah.
like 11 or 12
Yeah.
when the stuff was coming out. And
That
you know
was
they brought the
great.
magazine back. It's it's every 2 months now, bi-monthly, I guess, or
Really?
whatever. Yeah.
What do you do with that when, like, okay, so when this came out, a lot of these cars were like 30 years old. Cool.
Yeah.
Right? So now, is it like a Honda Civic that's all souped up? Like what? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you mean like the new magazine?
Yeah. Is it like a Hyundai or
No, I can show you. I got one, but Dan, if you want to see, hold on. Let's see.
Look at this gremlin. It's all souped up.
I'm a
It's not going
cartoon
back to the-
nut.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them.
Drag. What's drag? Hopefully it's not what I think it is.
Drag
That looks,
race.
that looks like a Big Daddy Roth. Looks like some
It
kind of
does. It does.
It could
see
be.
what
Here,
you
hold
mean.
on. I'm gonna
Cartoons is on the Internet Archive.
stop sharing that one. Aaron,
Bro,
so can share
I
this.
need to get all those into
This is I've had this one for a while now, but this is one of the newer ones.
Sorry. Hang on a second. Let me blow you up.
And I had to get it because it's got the General Lee on it.
Well, it's got a General Lee. So what is that? A Charger. It's got is that a Camaro? The number 48.
The front one.
Camaro? Yeah.
No, it looks like a Mustang. Or the
Wizard
guy really
Sleeve.
whacked out the Camaro.
I'm glad Wizard Sleeve is clarifying. He says how
But dude,
people stick to real hot rods. Yeah,
That's right.
so in this magazine, it's still black and white. In the first story, Trossley. Oh yeah,
sweet.
Still doing Crass and Bernie. His character.
Look at that T-top, dude. Smoking the Bandit style.
Oh yeah, dude.
Hey, Smokey, this they banded this is Snowman.
And then after that, it goes to that dude Steve Austin I was telling you about.
He's still around too.
$1 million man.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? Why fuck with it? Can you imagine when they got the call? Like, because it went away for a while, and like you said, it came back, and it's like ring ring. We want to bring the boys back.
We're bringing it back.
Are you fucking with me? No, we're bringing cartoons back. Woo boy! Like.
Well, now though, the cool thing is they're doing cartoonist spotlights in it and stuff. So they spotlight some of the.
Robert Williams.
Yeah.
That's a cool ass truck too.
Very nice.
So
do you remember? Do you guys remember Art Taberry? You probably remember this the most. No, because you were a cool kid. No, this is not a joke. 86, 87, 88, 89. The Cali look. Do you remember like? The lowered cars with it look like bubblegum splashed, and you know what I'm talking about, like hot.
Dude, I had one, man. I got the Kragers, and I had the lower
Kragers, baby. Oh yeah.
Did any of your homies have Suzuki Samurais?
No,
you remember those, man? Yeah, they would.
But I had the window and all that stuff. Yeah.
All right, I'm reeling you guys back in now. Graham, what have you got for your last?
This was the best round right here. So F you guys.
Pressure's
There's
on.
2 reasons that I love this magazine.
Okay.
Make me big.
Where are you? There you go.
Are they boobs?
That's what you tell your weights.
2 reasons.
Yeah, they're boobs. I knew
Nope,
it.
that's not it. That's not it.
Oh, wait, I got confused there for a minute.
Yeah. Here's the 2 reasons. Pepe Gonzalez and Archie Goodwin.
Wait,
no,
there's a
so
real person named Pepe Gonzalez?
Well, Jose Gonzalez.
Jose Gonzalez, but he was known as Pepe.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Oh, stuff.
He was so good. Man. Guy's stuff was so good.
Yeah. I mean, he could do like this kind of black and white line work, kind of a little cartoony,
Yep.
Cute.
Was he a Filipino?
But then he does this.
I know.
Yeah. His pencil drawings.
Yep.
God, was he Filipino or Spanish?
Spanish, I believe.
Well, they're they were South American, weren't they? Someplace.
Were they?
Yeah.
I may be mistaken. I don't know.
Look at that.
I know Gallagher was involved somehow with it.
Yes, there's a trade paperback of a bunch of his stuff, all the Vampirella stuff, and it's great. It's in black and white, just like that.
I had I actually had an original page.
Did you really?
Yeah, I had to sell it when I was unemployed.
That sucks.
I know.
Yeah, it does.
I also had a great Alan Davis.
Barry Windsor Smith one.
There
we go.
Uh-oh. Are we looking at the action figures?
We're trying to.
There we go. Look at those
The
eyes.
way he did eyes.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
just beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So great. Look at it. Cover.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Vampy was a
great.
fun magazine. I mean, it was
Oh,
a
baby,
little
was
tongue
it.
in cheek. There's a little TNA, some good
was-
action.
But it was well drawn.
It was beautifully drawn. I mean, even if it wasn't like Gonzalez, I mean, here's your boy Rudy Nebris doing it.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Hang
love
on,
his
hang on.
stuff.
I was gonna say that Peppy, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
style's kind of similar with the eyelashes and all like the ink line.
Nebris made her too chunky though.
Yeah.
I- I didn't like-
Gonzalo Mayo did good work in there too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean this is great. This kind of stuff, these dream sequences. Like
Yeah,
here.
when he
Good
get to do all those
stuff.
weird backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah, like the kind of like horror trees or something, you know.
Yeah.
Really cool stuff. But yeah, it had beautiful painted covers.
Yep.
Yeah. This was badass magazine. I really enjoyed it.
Yep. Well, good choice, Graham. Can
Very
Art?
good
We
choice.
know what Art's going to do because he already called dibs. So, hang on a second here.
Big fat kill, Frank Miller. All right, I'm not going to show interiors because it's not going to work well. But I got pages that I can share. Sharing now. There you go. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
we have Frank Miller, Sin City. I thought this stuff was pretty incredible.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of detail without a lot of detail.
Mhm.
I thought it was clever the way things were kind of let out. Like there wasn't like a holding line around everything. A lot of stuff was suggested, but always very, very bold. And I was amazed at how many different angles and shots and things that Frank could pull off in this style. Because it seems like it'd be very formal, like just like very straightforward to get everything to work. But he did quite a bit of action with this same technique and style. So this is one of the cooler pieces. And then just
Don't you think this was Miller's most influential stuff?
as
Like
far as
everybody
an
for a
artist,
period was copying this, was trying to copy
Yeah.
what he was doing.
Yeah,
there.
Jim Lee was even doing it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
yeah, I think as far as his art, yes, definitely. I thought, what was the one where he was channeling like Mobius and a
Ronin?
lone cub?
Ronin.
Ronin.
Oh, Ronin.
I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah,
Those
I
are my
Ronin.
like top two as far as like just the artwork itself.
Mhm.
He really his work with Negative Space in this series is really outstanding.
Yeah, and there's hatching and stuff here too. I mean, there's stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then this one's just it's almost all
Oh,
made.
that is. Did you ever see the what is it?
So
Just
good.
I guess it's the
Super
art
high
book.
contrast. It's almost like scratchboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Never
art
thought
of
of that.
Sin City, where he shows some of his roughs
With the
for this
red.
stuff. Yeah, with the red, and they're really
Yeah.
drawn out. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot of thought because you look at this, you go, "Bah, there's nothing there. Shouldn't take it." Oh no, it takes
It's
a
all
lot to
figured
figure
out.
that
It's
stuff out.
all figured
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how do you figure out like that's what I was trying to say, like things would just get lost, like
Well,
details you
he-
wouldn't see.
Nah,
and-
if you look at the art of Sin City, which I have digitally, if you want me to pull it up.
I was to say,
Uh,
pull it up with some of those roughs
Okay, let me pull it up. You guys carry on.
because that'll help.
Well, real
Answer.
quick.
But look at
uh,
the smoke. Look at this effect, like the smoke, like the girl in the smoke.
Yeah,
Yes. Brohawk's in the chat. David, thanks for joining us. Now I've got to
Hey,
defend
Dave.
myself. There's skull leaders like Lopez likes TNA. We're talking about well-drawn stuff. That's all we're talking about. Don't be reading between the lines now. All right, go ahead, Art.
But Aaron does like TNA, so
As long as it's well drawn.
as long as it's well
he is a
drawn.
man.
Yeah, who doesn't?
He's
Yeah.
a guy with 2 kids. What's that tell you? Come on.
Look at all the gunshots, the pop, 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 pop. The guy
Yep.
shooting at him. He's going down the stairs. Just
Yeah,
great
just
stuff.
the angle of the stairs.
I
And
have
then
a
just-
perfect example.
Just
Sorry.
the graphic stuff here. You want me to stop
Yeah.
sharing?
Yeah, just real quick to cover what Andy was talking about, and we can go back to the tatas because those are nice. Let me make sure. Oh, here we go. All right. So if you take a look at this,
There you go.
he basically draws the entire figure, and then he clothes it in red, or he accessorizes in red, and through different instances in this book you can see he does that. So this is what that was. See, so all of the wrinkles and everything are figured out in red. So maybe he's just sitting there with a light box. You know, he's got his form, he's got the separation of elements through the red, which are nice and bright. So you're not, Art, you had mentioned him getting lost in some of this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, Dong.
Whoa, get that off
hey,
there. You're going to make us all jealous.
I'm not getting that off. Yeah. Here's some more. Here you go.
That.
So here's one. So here's
Yep.
another one. Everything's figured out, or form's all figured out, but when you look at it, like you said, oh, it's just a this and this.
Wait,
Nah,
go
man,
back. Go back.
It's all there. He probably was gonna. Yeah, no, that cape is still there.
Is that what that red thing is? A cape?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a cape.
I thought it was like a jacket with big shoulder pads, but it's a cape.
Yeah,
It
it's
looks
a
like
cape,
it with the collar.
and then you can see the line of the dress, and then the wrinkles here. So he has it at least for reference of how it follows.
No, it's a big jacket because look at the collar.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, you're right.
leather collars.
yeah.
You're right.
This is the silver of her shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Wow. Wait, go back. Go
Go
back.
back. Yeah,
That's
Wow.
solid, right?
that's
Oh my
great.
God.
Look at all of the gun
Love
he didn't draw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
know,
Like,
right?
but there's a big giant gun in your face. It's so good.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so
Art,
good.
I'm not trying to hijack. Go back. Go back.
Well, this is what
it's like high contrast, like one light source, but with like heavy stylization over it.
Oh yeah.
It's really
It's
cool.
really great
Yeah.
graphic design, just balance of black and white, you know.
Yeah. All right,
It's-
here we go.
Those are the few hardcovers I still have. I love those.
Yeah.
I need to go back and read that stuff.
Oh,
great
God,
so
stuff.
that's
good.
cool.
And the action, just the choreography of the fights and the action is
Yeah.
just fantastic.
You know who? If you go back to that
look at
image,
that.
if you
Look at
did,
that.
and I've been doing this. I know that's that sweet gun again. That if you had told me, with the exception of the girl, because the girl in the what do you call those window
Blinds.
Just blinds, window
Take
blinds. Yeah.
take those out and just go to the bottom half. If you told me Eduardo Rizzo did this and this was a panel out of 100 Bullets,
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
be like, yeah, I
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see
You're
that.
right.
Well, you know, he's definitely getting that style from,
Oh yeah.
work for sure. Yeah. Even just the character designs and stuff, they look like Frank Miller designs. But this shot with that Chevy Nomad and the
Yeah.
guy he's holding onto the door, the car's moving. He's like, "Gah!"
I mean, that's how I'm gonna have to start doing Wraith of God when he pulls a gun out, so I don't have to draw all the gun. I can just like silhouette it.
Just
Yeah.
imagine how much time
Sweet.
you'll save without all that cross hatching.
I know.
Black it out.
Sweet.
Black it out.
That's right. When in doubt, black it out. And I'm always in doubt. Oh, that's cool.
That's some Clint Eastwood shit right there.
Yeah.
Like Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just the right amount of hatching, like it's very bold, with the open black areas and the open white, but there's just enough rendering to kind of soften it up so it doesn't just look like a stark graphic.
Yeah.
He always managed to get enough texture into things that it didn't look like a simple, just like like a coloring book or something.
And more
He
than
does.
that, that by putting the softer lines there, it draws your eye right to that spot. 'cause
Exactly.
Everything else is a hard contrast.
That's
And
exactly.
Yeah, they're like action lines. Yeah.
Yeah, but and the other thing he does, though, if you go back up to the car door, he does the opposite side of the spectrum to, like, that door is completely defined because of its minimalistic aspect. If he had rendered that door, it would have disappeared.
That's a
So
good
it's
point.
like the opposite side. Like Graham's saying, all that stuff, your eye goes right to it.
Mhm.
Imagine if
Yeah,
that.
I had a
I
teacher that was
I'm sorry. I got to yell foul, though. like this window right here. There should be a window right here.
How do you know it's not broken?
Well, you can't shoot like a Chevy Nomad. You can't.
He's talking
shoot
about the
off
window
cam,
frame.
like
No,
not the
frame,
glass.
Frame, yeah.
There's a frame around it for that type of car.
Yeah,
You
there's
know what?
part of, there's
Dude,
part of
you
it here.
You should tell Frank that to his face.
I will. I don't care. But there's part of the door jamb right, or the window frame right there.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't
Well,
continue.
yeah, but you know why? Because sometimes you got to take stuff out because it just gets too busy and it just distracts you and
Yeah.
you lose it. So you might as well just take it out. I've done that. I mean, there's that famous shot in Risky Business where the shots from inside the car and Tom Cruise and his buddy are walking in front of the car and the camera moves like this, and they had to take out the rear view mirror because it was in the way.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Well, it's like in North by Northwest when Cary Grant's in the back of the car and he's being taken out to Long Island, and he goes and reaches for the door. Well, the back of that car looks like it's 18 feet long. He's got enough room to lay it down on a cot, because he's got to move around these guys and grab the door frame, but it happens so quickly you don't think about it,
Yeah.
Right.
The thing is, I got to find fault with it somehow because it's so freaking good. You know what I mean? Like, I know you guys get the same way where you're looking at
Oh,
somebody
sure.
and you're just like, oh man, this is so great.
he's
Oh,
got to be human. Where's the
look at
human
that
part?
one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, bring us home. What do you got?
All right. I was just so lost in the Frank Miller stuff, man. I'm ready though. I'm ready. This one is one that I was kind of torn, and because the one I was torn about had been mentioned a couple times by us and a few times in the chat, I decided not to bring it up.
Ninja Turtles.
No. I decided no, because what if it's somebody's choice? I'm not going to ruin the choice. What I am going to say,
do Ninja Turtles is because I figured you would have grabbed it.
the reason I didn't do it is because I figured you would have grabbed it. All right, here we go.
Here it is.
Here we go. It's in
Can I
the
bring it
same
up?
vein. Yeah, please do. This is in the same vein as the other one I would have selected.
Oh,
But Blade of the Immortal is really great. He's got to have the blood. Look
That's
at this.
not black and white.
Yes, it is. Just give me a second. It's beautiful. It's beautiful black and white. But I wanted to talk about Manji, a Ronin warrior. He's been cursed. Listen, he's been cursed with immortality to rid himself of this curse, to regain his mortality. And in his life of misery, he must slay 1,000 evil men. His quest begins when a young girl seeks his help and takes revenge of her parents' killers. His quest ends only after he has spilled the blood of 1,000. So
There can only be one. There can only be one.
And they give you a little bit of history of the swastika, and I have to tell you, this is where I learned about the history of the swastika. And like that, it was actually a good thing at one point in time, and it got bastardized. So this begins in a church, and this guy looks like he's confessing, et cetera, et cetera. And then the guy tries to shoot homeboy, which he does, but the thing is he's immortal, right? Chom. So he sends that sword through homeboy's head. But then look at this, these worms, this is the bullet hole. These worms just seal up the wound. So this is, again, Aaron, who says, generally speaking, he doesn't like manga. This is a type of manga that I think is while action-packed and violent, is a little more gentle. Like, you look at the style, it's a little fuzzier, a little less what did Art call
Kinetic?
Yeah, kinetic. As Art calls these, the Akira lines. You get those, the speed lines. Though, but when we do get into the action, it gets really violent and very fast. You can almost hear the chains and the swords. But Blade the Immortal. There were several others I could have picked. There's one that's pronounced Blam, but it's spelled Blame. That one's really good. Eat Man's great. But yeah, this is my other pick. But look at Joe Mad. Joe Mad got a little taste of this. You can tell.
Yeah, yeah,
Real,
that's
real,
true.
some really nice faces in here. Like look at that. Look at the grammar here with that sneer.
Mhm.
A lot of people took a lot from this. There was another manga called Bastard that
Oh, I love Bastard.
I have
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
If I was going to show a manga, I would have shown Bastard.
Bastard is up there. It's
You
up there.
bastard.
But look at
I've
this.
got like
Look at
20
these.
of the Japanese edition, so I can't read them. All I can do is look.
I
for
know.
them.
When did
I'm
this,
with
when
you.
did this stuff oh, that's nice. When did this stuff come out?
This is 80s, isn't it?
Blade the Immortal, at least the Dark Horse editions when I was getting them was early 90s. Like let's see what this says on the
You know what
Indisha.
else I'm noticing? Like the style is less kind of in that cartoon manga, and it's a little bit
Right.
more realistic. Like
Yeah.
Yes.
More
Luster.
restrained.
eyes, yeah, less
Yeah.
style.
This is the back. It doesn't say. I got, and my originals are in boxes, but I started collecting these in like 95-ish, 96. But they've got even better tomes now where they package them with the leather bound, and they're slightly larger. The ones that came out of I think it was Dark Horse were much smaller. But yeah, that's my my
When
third.
they package
third
these,
choice.
Dan, do they reset the panels so that we can read them from left to right, or do
Yes.
I got to
No, it depends on the publisher, but the Blade the Immortal was repackaged.
okay?
They moved.
Also,
There's
Dark
no
Horse-
fucking way I'm going right to left.
Yeah,
no,
the Dark
but
Horse stuff they repackage, and they actually have a person that does it. So they
Yes.
translate it, and then they do it in more of a left to right kind of format, front to back.
All right, I'm going to show something here that I'm shocked, quite frankly, that this wasn't one of my choices, but since Fraga didn't pick it, I've got to show it, and I'm just
let's see
in shame him.
Ninja Turtles.
I know.
I
know.
almost showed
I know.
that.
I almost showed it, but I thought it was obvious. Yeah,
Michael Golden.
That's why I stayed away from it too. I thought somebody else would.
Is this Sniper or is this the other one?
I think this is Sniper.
Okay,
This is the Nom. Basically, they re-released Savage Tales in the 80s they rebooted the black and white magazine, and it was the Nom with Michael Golden. This stuff is brilliant.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you my runner-up was Lone Wolf and Cub. That was my runner-up, but it had been mentioned so many times that I was
If you guys want to look at cross-hatching, get that Lone Wolf and Cub. There's some crazy stuff going on.
yeah.
And
Look at the motion on this. See,
Look at that
that's
first panel, dude.
that helicopter. Look at that, and the guns.
That's my favorite thing about Golden.
You can feel the grass moving.
Yes, you can hear the fucking wind, man.
Yeah.
So there we go. Our tip of a hat to most of our good friend Michael Golden. I think most of us know him, don't we?
Oh, no one love him. I got nothing but giant love for that man.
I've got one more that I wanted to share. That this was actually my my actual real.
Dan,
third
after
choice.
you and Michael came out of the bathroom at the same time at Heroes Con, he said your love wasn't that giant. So
Yeah, well,
No, I didn't give him
Oh, that's a good one.
that love.
this
look
is
at
Savage
this.
Tales #1, and if you haven't read, the story is great. There's this couple, this guy who's kind of a schlep, and his wife who's like this hot, sort of conniving, and they're going to the Savage Land to find some treasure or whatever in this castle, and it's just fantastic art by John.
Is that
Yeah.
ink wash on there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
But look at
cool.
the power of him pulling that
Yeah.
saber-tooth back.
He's
That's
holding
crazy.
Zabu back. Yeah, it doesn't want to
Right.
bite the dinosaurs.
no Zabu, no.
You know what the crime
Baby
is?
world.
Go back. Is that stupid circle over the saber-tooth? Like, oh my gosh, why? How could you do that?
Hang on a second.
The lettering, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny sometimes letterers did not pay attention. You're kind of like, dude, are you looking at this?
Like, take that out.
Well, where are you going to put it though? You know?
Yeah, you can't cover up the Stegosaurus.
Well, you know what? Just leave it out.
There you go.
Just
Have
leave
me-
it.
That's right. The deafening thunder. Yeah, we already. They're just describing what we've already seen. So
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
get it.
Well,
Okay,
and
come on,
then a way
man.
of doing that, you know, of just, you know, what's his name? Will Eisner said that, you know, there's two different ways to do it. One is to you're either telling what you've just drawn, or you're
Right.
using the dialogue or captions to enhance what was drawn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you enhance it properly, then it's really cool. But if all you know, like if you put a thing here and says, you know, Khazar picked up the log and jammed it into their faces with impunity. Well, okay, we just saw that. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I have
But
a
do we
theory
know
about
it was with impunity? Maybe it was with something else. So he
With
went
love.
there.
I have a theory about that. See if this flies. Okay, like the radio days. If you listen to any old radio shows, that's how they describe things. Like he steps into a darkened room, it's full of smoke, whatever, you know. And then I think it might be a holdover from those kids that grew up on the radio. You know
I
what I mean?
think you're probably right.
So they're writing those narratives the same damn way, which, you know, it doesn't make any sense because now you have a visual. So the better ones learned like not to do those things, and then eventually it evolved away from that. But I think it's kids that were influenced by those radio shows.
There's one thing that Stan Lee used to do that would drive me nuts, and it was every one of our comics is a kid's first comic, you know.
Right.
So you would get, you know, hi Betty. Oh, hi Ned Leeds, lead reporter of the Daily Bugle. You know, like you would get this sort of like extra, you know, introduction.
Exposition.
Yeah.
If I would pick just like one magazine, you know, instead of just a story from a magazine, Savage Tales #1, it reprints the in black and white, of course, the Frost Giant's Daughter, which originally appeared in Conan 16. It has this Khazar story by Buscema, which is a great story. It has the Origin of the Man Thing story with Gray Morrow in it, and it has the Femazons by John Romita Sr.
Oh yeah.
It's just a great single magazine issue. So that's what we'll wrap that up. Okay. Well, obviously we could go on all day or all night with black and white stories. There's so many great ones. But let's take a moment here before we say goodnight and go around the horn and see what everybody's got cooking. Everybody's campaign there's a link for every single one of them, including Graham's early sign up, in the description of this video. So you can easily find what we're going to be talking about here in the description of this video. Andy, go ahead.
All right, share my screen, please.
If I must.
Kordrath the Awakening, the first 30 end tonight. We have added to it. The beanie is back. So if you missed out the first time, you can get the beanie. So we've added that. We have added the original Kordrath shirt. And now we have the Budroot Dan Lawless Adriana shirt based on the variant cover, which would match so nicely your wardrobe with the Lilith Budroot and Dan Lawless shirt. So guys, go check out Kordrath the Awakening. Lots of great stuff to choose from. Bud's line art cover, black and white edition, preview pages are up. Of course, can't forget about, let me just get down here real quick. Oh, there's the shirt, so you can see it. Nice one, black. Really pops out. Look at that red, just boom in your face.
It's heavy metal shirt.
Yeah. Once we hit 50,000, the first character card will be unlocked. Vordoom the Undying. I drew it. Dan Lawless colored it, and Dennis worked up all the playable stats on the back. And we just launched today the sign-up page for Kordrath, A Christmas Miracle, a children's book. It is all ages. It is all ages. It is for kids, early readers. If you've got a kid learning to read, they can read it. If they're not yet, you can read it to them. It's a nice little happy Christmas tale. Kordrath, like a big dum-dum, totally forgot to get Adriana's Christmas gift, so he has to go on this little adventure where he comes across different things to get her gift just in time for that magical day. So sign up today for that as well. I saw people already posting the link in the chat, so thank you guys so much. That will launch July 1st because it is Christmas in July. And it will ship in November, so you'll get it for Christmas this year.
Sammy's gonna love
there you
it.
go.
Awesome.
Perfect for under the tree. Thank you very much,
Andy. Excellent. Graham, what would you like to share with us?
Oh, I'm sharing. Okay.
Well, you can just talk. You know, I mean, I've got your link.
I
got
wasn't
your
prepared
link.
to share. I just wanted to. Joe Frankenstein 3: The Eye of Ra sign up page is out there. It's a short window because I'm launching on Friday the 24th. And at which point, Return to Monster Island, which is in demand right now, will be coming down prior to that launch. So if you're, if you haven't pulled the trigger on the Monster Island books, you've got very limited time to do that. And then the Joe Frankenstein's going to be launching, and that's going to be a really cool campaign, and it's a really neat story. And I'm working on a variant cover for it right now. And the advantages of signing up, folks, in case you didn't know, is that you get front of the line shipping, and regardless of what perk level you end up choosing, and you're getting a mini print done by me for free that nobody else gets. Only the sign up people that sign up backers get. So it's a good thing. If you're going to back the book anyway, do it early, get on the sign up list so you get the extra goodies and the advantage of getting your book shipped first. So
Excellent.
There you go.
Art, what can you tell us? Anything?
Yes. I got this. So I'm working on a new cover for this. So we are going to set up the pre-launch very, very soon. Just kind of giving Pamela a little bit of a break from fulfilling Black and White Volume 2, Man versus Machine. So we should have the pre-launch up this week, later this week, for Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too. This is the art book, and it's absolutely fantastic. It looks great. We got the quotes in, how much it's going to cost to print. I would like to add about 8 new pages to this book.
Ooh, nice.
And but we're gonna do it through stretch goals. And so then what I'd like to do with the stretch goal is replace this fantastic cover with an absolutely more fantastic cover, which I'm working on right now, and I may put that up on my social media tomorrow. So if you guys want to see some sketches, some doodles, check out my Twitter, check out my Facebook, and Instagram, and you should be able to see that. So look for Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too very, very soon.
Are you going to sell doodles on the campaign?
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these mystery boxes. So it's going to be like say it's $30. It's always going to be $30 worth of stuff, but we're just going to jam like whatever's in the T-Bear vault, prints, patches, trading cards, and every one of those is going to get a doodle. So one of my little doodles, and so those are going to go in there as well. I'm not really sure what the pricing is going to be on that yet, but it'll be kind of like a mystery box or a mystery envelope, and it'll have all kinds of goodies in there as one of the perks. So we're going to have a lot of fun. It's all going to be kind of art related perks and stretch goals and stuff like that. So it'll be a little different than the comic book ones that we usually do. So.
Excellent, Art. Thank you very much. Dan,
Cool.
would you like to talk about?
Yeah. Still working on the book, and I know some people got to see my update. What's going on with me next week? Gonna have surgery on my back for the spinal stenosis, and hopefully the pain and the tremors will go away. I just started the Primadone today, which is supposed to help as well. So I can't wait to heal up and get back to full speed.
All right, Dan. Well, everybody keep Mr. Fraga in your thoughts and your
Please
prayers.
And we'll see him next week on the
Yeah,
Bros.
yeah, we'll see you on the Bros
But,
the day before.
Keep
me there anyway, because sleeping sucks.
Yep.
That's right.
Fantastic. Okay, so I've got Kit Carter Planet Doom graphic novel. I've got 9 pages to go. Page 56 is almost finished over there on the board. So we're moving right along on that. You'll find the link in the description of this video. If you have not backed, I'd appreciate your at least considering doing so. But you'll find links to everybody's campaigns in the description of this video. And since Art doesn't have anything going right now, I put in his Twitter link so you can go there and keep abreast, pardon the expression, of his coming announcements. So there you have it, guys. That's the Professionals for this week. Next week, I believe Andy Smith is going to host Who knows what
Yeah.
evil lurks in his heart, but he does, and the shadow knows. So maybe we'll find out something soon.
And you guys, all of us have YouTube channels. So if you haven't subscribed,
Yeah.
come, subscribe to our channels. We all do, at least 2, 3, 4 videos a week. So check that out and just have some fun hanging out with us.
It reminds me,
Correct.
Aaron and I have a great Star Trek episode tomorrow. Balance
gosh,
of
do
Terror
we ever.
for the landing party.
Yes.
So don't miss that.
So, yeah.
Tomorrow.
Right after Gray, it's like Andy in the morning, then Graybeards, and then landing parties. You got a full day of exciting
That's right.
YouTube
Must see,
viewing.
must see Bro
Exciting
TV.
screen.
Yeah,
YouTube.
exactly. All righty, guys. Thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you guys for participating in the chat. We couldn't do it without you. We'll see you next week on Andy's channel right here on the Professionals. Have a good evening.